You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog. Woo, woo. My name is Kinsey, and today I am repping my San Francisco 49ers. And joining me on the show, we've got a lot of fun guests. We have one of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media, the man who has never lost a debate, Skip Bayless. Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time All-Pro cornerback is Aqib Talib.
Yeah.
Our quarterback, top 5 passer in the history of the USC Trojan, Cody Kessler.
Yes, sir.
And welcome back, the man who loves to talk shit and bring all the laughs to the arena. We got 3-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA legend, Gilbert Arena. So good to have you back.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
If you weren't wearing Rams, it would actually be good to have you back today.
The same thing.
You're the enemy today.
Same thing, like.
Well, let's get us paid. Okay, so if you are new to Underdog, today is the day. Get $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play just $5 with code GRID, win or lose. And it's Boost October. So kick off your October with unlimited boosts and a Justin Herbert gimme pick. So Underdog is available in 30 states, including Georgia, Texas, Missouri. So go support the show, lock in your bonus, and start playing today with code GRID. We have a packed show today in the arena. We're talking Shedeur Sanders. We're going to be talking Jerry Jones. Of course, he's got comments. And of course, Thursday night football today, Niners versus Rams. So let's get into it. First, I want to talk about 2 quarterbacks, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. They're going to be going head to head, and they were both drafted in 2018. Darnold was 3rd, Baker was 1st in the draft. Obviously, they got bounced around the league a ton, and now they're kind of showing out. So they're going head to head. They both played on the Panthers. So, Cody, my question for you is, what does it mean to Sam Darnold to beat Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, I know Sam personally from USC. I don't think
he was, by the way, a freshman when you were
He was a freshman when I was a senior, and we would finish first-team offense. I'd go down and watch scout team when he was over there, and I knew right away this kid was special. He could spin it. But I don't think this game means anything more to Sam Darnold. I don't think it means anything more to Baker Mayfield either. I mean, both of them are going into this game going up against a nameless, faceless opponent. They want to win this game. Now, if they're playing against the Panthers or they're playing against one of their former teams, it might mean a little bit more, especially to Baker. We know how he kind of has that Tom Brady type mentality to where he wants to find an enemy on the field. But I don't think this is a game for them as people see it as prove who's better. Who's Carolina going to miss the most? Who should have been the #1 overall pick? I don't think they see it this way. And Baker also said when he was asked in the media, they said, do you guys reminisce on the good old days in Carolina? And he followed up and said, the good old what? Said the good old days. And he said, obviously not. No, we don't talk about that. And they're also really good friends.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't, because in Carolina, Baker was 1-5 as a starter and Sam Darnold was 4-7. And they both had a tough time in Carolina. But I do think that was great for both of them. I think it turned around their careers. They needed that adversity in that moment. That's something they can relate on when they play in this game or when they go forward in their careers, is that, like you mentioned, Baker was the #1 overall pick in 2018. Sam Darnold was the #3 overall pick. They don't get to their second contract. Then they go to Carolina. They bounce around to some other teams. They're struggling. And now they have found a perfect home. And that's something they can reminisce on. I think that's so important. I'm excited for both of them. They both got paid too, which is life-changing money. So that is something they can talk about. But I will say this, looking at this game as a whole, this game has big implications in the NFC. Both teams are 3-1. Right now, the Buccaneers are 1st in the NFC South, and 2nd is the Falcons at 2-2. They already won head-to-head, so if they win this game, they will continue to solidify their spot at the top of the NFC South. But for the Seahawks, it gets a little more interesting because they're in a 3-way tie right now in first place with Kinsey's 49ers and Gill's Rams. And if they go out and win this game, they can at least guarantee a tie in first place after this. If they lose, though, they could be in either a 2-way or a 3-way tie in the NFC West. And that's because the Cardinals are 2-2 and they play the Titans. I expect them to win that game, and whoever loses between those 2 teams will also be at a 3-2 mark, so they'll be tied. So again, I don't think both of them are looking at it as, okay, I got to go beat Sam Darnold. I got to go beat Baker Mayfield. But there are big implications. This game could have a major impact in the playoffs when we look back at the end of the season.
You want to go?
Let me take a Skip.
Yes, sir.
I'll take it, Skip. I think it's always a hidden rivalry with the guys in your draft class. You know what I'm saying? I remember the guys in my draft class. I still remember them. The guys who went first round with me.
Did DBs go ahead of you?
Who was it? Who you say?
Did a DB go ahead of you?
Yeah, DRC went ahead of me, and Leotis McKelvin went ahead of me.
You remember? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was a couple of them. Jenkins from South Florida went ahead of me to the Cowboys. I always wanted to have better numbers than them guys. I did end up with better numbers than them guys.
If you do say so yourself.
DRC had a nice career, though. I
He
will
did.
say that. DRC, he is a underrated corner in our league, man. He had a great career, but numbers not quite like mine, though, Skip. You know what I'm saying? But it's always a hidden rivalry with the guys in your draft class, man. But they 1-1 when they faced each other. And I don't think the question is, does Sam Darnold feel like he got to beat Baker? I don't feel like he do, though, because he don't really feel like Baker is superior to him. I feel like they got real similar careers. They won number 1, number 3. Trash at the beginning. I think so, because they
We've
were
never
both.
talked about Sam Darnold on this couch. We talked about Baker Mayfield.
But their careers are really pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They was wrote off by their first team. They kind of veterans now, finding their way in the league. You know what I'm saying? They both leading playoff teams as of right now. So I don't feel like he look at Baker as superior to him. Like, if he looked at Baker as superior to him, it might be like, I got to beat Baker. He was the number 1 pick. He 2-0 against me. He's always better, but I don't feel like that's the case.
What do you always talk about? What did you do in the postseason? What's Baker done in the postseason versus Sam Darnold?
But Baker ain't done shit in the postseason.
2 playoff wins. That works. Yeah. Sam Darnold played 1 playoff game and was atrocious in it.
I don't feel like Baker done anything in the playoffs that makes Sam Darnold feel like I got to go get him. You ain't winning no chips. You ain't made it to no conference championship
Baker
games.
Mayfield has the highest quarterback rating in postseason history.
But that ain't going to make him, I got to go get Baker. He got the highest postseason rating in garbage time when they getting their ass whooped. He checked the ball down very well. Like, he don't care about that. When I played Baker, we're 1-1. You know what I'm saying? So, do he want to win the game? Yes. Do I got to go beat Baker? No.
So I hear a little Baker hate in your answer, just a little bit.
Skip, I don't hate Baker. Skip, you hate Aaron Rodgers. I don't hate Baker.
I'm going to get you a shirt that says, I hate Baker Mayfield.
That's a different. I get it.
I personally don't know what the beef is about. I mean, it's not like
It's
it shouldn't be no beef.
It's no
The
beef.
fact that they're fighting for recognition of they were supposed to be 1, 2, or 3. They were 1 and 3. If we rewind, obviously they wouldn't. It'd be Lamar or Josh Allen.
Yep.
Right? So those are the guys that surpass you guys. You guys are fighting for 3rd, 4th, and 5th best in your class, if that. So, I don't see it as a rivalry or, we're friends and we just want to beat each other. Or we just want to see who has the better year at this point. But, when it comes to comparing, what are you guys comparing? You guys are not the best in your class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Saquon is in that class too. So if we redid it, I mean, late 1st round, maybe 2nd, who the fuck knows? But,
Definitely not.
We know y'all not 1, 2, or 3. I can tell you that for sure.
Somebody would take Baker in the 1st round if you redid it. Somebody.
He'd probably be the 3rd quarterback picked.
He would.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right. So if I turn back the clock to before that draft, and you make very good points about this, I didn't see Lamar coming. I thought he'd be a 2nd-round pick, and they took him bottom 1st. I definitely didn't see Josh Allen coming because I didn't get to watch him. I saw one game, I said it the other day on the show. I saw him play Iowa, and he was a disaster against Iowa, but it was Wyoming versus Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you those 2, but the league didn't really see them coming, I don't think, because all I heard about before that draft was Sam Darnold versus Baker, and Sam was, as you recall, the people's choice.
Yeah, he was.
All the media pundits, all the evaluators, all the GMs, Sam was the guy. And I thought Baker was the guy, and not because I'm from Oklahoma City. I just thought he could play, and I thought he just had that competitor in him that was going to win a lot of football games in the National Football League. You think he's kind of an overachiever, and maybe there is some of that going on, but he can sling it, man. When he gets in a groove, and he can move better than people gave him credit for. Sam was bigger. Sam was more prototype. but Sam would turn the ball over in big moments at SC. So I pushed hard for Baker. And what happened, I'm going to give you Exhibit A, and to your point about who's taking this more personally or seriously, I agree with you. Baker likes him. He does like Sam. But Baker does have that psycho thing going on in him. It's a little Brady. I'm not saying he's Brady. It's a little Jordan. I'm definitely not saying he's Jordan.
Yeah.
But he looks for a chip on his shoulder. He just looks for some reason to hate the guy on the other sideline. He did it at Oklahoma. Every game there was something where he'd get his mad on about something or somebody on the other team. He will take this personally to beat Sam Darnold. And here's Exhibit A. When they were both rookies, remember, Baker gets thrown into a place you know all too well, the clown show that is the Cleveland Browns. And they had lost, or they hadn't lost, they hadn't won a game for 19 straight games when Tyrod was starting against Sam Darnold. This is September 20th of 2018. They're both rookies, and Tyrod got hurt late in the first half, and Baker got thrown into the fire against the Jets and Sam Darnold. And Baker just lit up the night. Because I think he wanted to show Sam Darnold, I was legit number one. I'm better than you are. And he goes 17 of 23 in the second half for 201 yards, had a QBR of 94, and Sam had a long, hard night, wound up with a QBR 32, and Baker brought them all the way back to win 21-17, and when he was inserted, they were down 14-0. Okay, that's Baker Mayfield. I think he showed you right there on his opening night, his first shot, that he's that guy because he's better than Sam. Now, they did play a second time in COVID. It was in December 27th at the end of the year, and Baker went in with both hands tied behind his back because he didn't have Odell, he didn't have Jarvis Landry, he didn't have Rashad Higgins, he didn't have Njoku, he didn't have Donovan Peoples-Jones. They were just playing with nobody, and both quarterbacks were horrible, but Baker was a little worse, and Sam did win the game 23-16. So I'll give you that one, but I'm going to put a big asterisk beside it. So what did we see? You were saying both have found a home now. Well, I thought Sam had found a home in Minnesota. And with that Vikings defense last year, they go 14-3. And I'm thinking, wow, was he getting carried by the Vikings defense? I think he mostly was. No?
No, I think it was right place, wrong time.
Wrong time?
If he was there a year prior, if he didn't get there, and they hadn't just drafted J.J. McCarthy in the first round, there's no question in my mind that they would have
gone forward?
Sam Darnold and kept him as a
I know, but sometimes somebody comes along who's so good, you just say, hell with the draft pick. We just got to keep this guy. If he's that good, but what happened in the playoff game?
Yeah, in the last two games, really. The last two games,
he wasn't very good.
Those were two big games. I get it. I just didn't think at the time it was enough. I mean, he was probably the number one free agent going into that offseason.
Yeah.
Teams were trying to sign him. But I think it was, if JJ wasn't there and they hadn't just drafted him, I think he would have stayed.
I think it was, if he would have did something in those big games, then he would have stayed. He didn't, so we might as well move on.
And you think they keep him, though, and just say, hey, we're going to cut our ties already with JJ and make him be a backup and try to trade him?
He's like in the Jordan Love type of situation.
Exactly.
Let's ride with him for 3-4 years.
But the problem with that is Aaron Rodgers was at the end of his career. Sam Darnold was 27, potentially entering the prime of his career after that season.
Yeah,
that was
you ride with him and see what he's going to do for the next 3-4 years. If he win us 2 chips, hooray. We can go 2 chips and then let's go with the young guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can still ride with, no matter how old he is. You can ride with him for 3-4 years if he had done something in big games.
But I think if he wins a couple chips in 2-3 years, they sign him to another 2 or 3, 4 years, and now you've got to go get J.J. McCarthy out of there and try to get some trade value for him or anything. I just think that was the biggest reason.
Yeah.
Sam was entering his prime. Rodgers was already on his way out of Green Bay when they drafted Jordan Love. Not on his way out, but they knew that he was.
Well, regardless of what you'd have did with JJ, if he would have beat the Lions and then got him to the NFC chip, he'd still be in Minnesota.
You think that would have kept him regardless?
Regardless.
I don't think so. I think he did enough throughout that year, put up big-time numbers, played well, was a game away from being the number 2 seed in the NFC in the playoffs.
But he didn't do enough in the big game, so move on from him.
All right.
Yeah, so just for the record, against the Rams in that playoff game, he got sacked 9 times, went deer in headlights all too often. He threw a pick, lost a fumble, had a QBR of 12, which is really pathetic, still 0 to 100. And I just think they said that's enough of that, and that made it very easy to make that choice. All right, so now I want to know, Cody, who wins the game? Because Baker's this is going to be tough for Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to ride with my guy Sam. I think Seattle is going to win this game. They're hot right now. The Bucs are coming off of a loss. They look good in the second half, but I do think Seattle ends up winning this game. I think they're going to get the job done. They've looked good so far this year, and I know they lost a head-to-head against the 49ers, but since that game,
17-13,
they've been playing well. And Sam's been hot. They beat the Steelers. They go to Pittsburgh and win that game. And I know there was a fluke kickoff return and all that. Might have added a factor in it, but I think Sam Darnold and Seahawks win this game.
I don't know why this is funny to me. To listen to like the past of what we were supposed to be. like you guys, they're not the top 2 quarterbacks in their draft to be even having this conversation about if I beat you, I'm better than you. Like we had a career. Obviously, Baker Mayfield has had a better career so far, even though he almost was out of the league, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They have
one is trying to stay in the league.
Sam too, though.
One is like, I mean, they're both right there at 27, 28 now, right? So whoever y'all fighting for 27, 28 in that draft, if we redo it, that's the conversation we're having.
No, that's the biggest point.
That's the conversation we're having. We're not who is better between the two of us. We're saying who would be we're battling like I should have been number one. No.
It would be if both of those guys were still in Cleveland and the other one was in New York. Yeah. Then we would be talking about who made the right decision. Should Cleveland have taken Sam? Did Baker going 1, was that the wrong choice? But the fact, to Gil's point, that they have bounced around so much, that's why I say I don't think either one of them see this as who's the best guy. This is a revenge game for both of them.
They happy for them guys. Man. Yeah, number 1 pick and the number 3 pick, they finally turned the corner. They finally turned the corner, man. Just happy for them guys. I don't like to always pick against the Bucs, Skip, but I think Seattle gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Baker hate. That's what
I'm just saying it's a long trip.
I don't think you ever
pick
picked the Bucs.
Trip. The Bucs are always in a situation that I think they're gonna lose. At least at the beginning of the season, they have been.
Seattle's
they got to take that long 5-hour trip.
I think it's the longest trip
anytime
except for Miami.
Anytime it's a 5-hour trip involved, just expect me to bet on the home team.
Okay. Seattle's a 3.5 favorite. So what do you have, Gil? Seahawks? Bucs.
Bucs.
You have the Bucs?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
We're dividing in the ring because I know where you're going.
They're in the division. So why do I want them to win?
Yeah.
I want us to win tonight so we could.
Very biased take.
It's a personal.
Gil is only thinking about
what
the
I want them to win for. Let's weed out some of these bad teams.
Okay, that's your heart speaking. What's your head telling?
Yeah, your head.
Same.
Oh, no, so my 3 teams are Rams, Bucs.
Oh, that's right. You like the Bucs.
And
okay.
And
Little brothers.
No, I gotta change it. So I gotta change it to Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of changed. It was called Washington at first. It's
I have a hard
confusing.
time with that too. I agree.
So
all right, so
Commanders.
your heart is telling you everywhere to go Bucs.
Baker, I'm going Baker.
Okay. All right.
Where are you going, Skip?
So
I'm with you,
come on now.
Okay, so here's the point about Seattle. The defense is legit.
Yeah.
I think he can coach. The head coach can coach defense. I never know about offense with him, but they're number 2 in points allowed, even though you can question the quality of the wins at Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is washed.
NFL
He's
now.
washed.
It's NFL
He's
now,
washed.
Skip.
I'm sorry. But they did beat New Orleans 44-13. And at Arizona, I'm still not sold on what Kyler's doing at this point. And it was 23-20.
Division game, though.
Yeah, it was a division game, and it's a good win. It's a good road win in the division. I give you that. Baker is going to be without his 2 best weapons because there's no Mike Evans and there is no Bucky Irving this time. He hurt his foot, and he is an igniter for them, both running it and catching it.
Yeah.
He leads them in catches, does Bucky Irving. So Baker's got down 2 weapons. Godwin just got back, and he looked about half of himself last week. So can Godwin with Ibuka, the rookie, who could be the offensive rookie of the year, Sterling Shepard, Kate Otten.
Don't do it, Skip.
Okay. Here's my point, though. I'm going to stick with what I said before the draft.
All right.
Never flip, Skip. That's what they call me.
Never flip.
Never flip.
Never flip.
I like that.
The loyal man.
I just think this is going to be a really close game, fairly low scoring, and that Sam Darnold will press in the fourth quarter and make a crucial mistake because that's what he's made of. No offense to your friend, but
No.
that's what he's made
Hey,
of.
it's all business.
All the
He's
offense.
a turnover
Fuck that
machine, is what
guy.
Skip said. He's a turnover machine.
He's
He'll
gonna
cough
like
it
he
up.
did against the Rams in the playoff skip.
Yeah, cough it up.
When it matters, he'll cough it. And it might be a sack fumble. It might be a what are you doing pick. But he'll make one mistake that will allow Baker to make one big late play. And I'm going to go, can Baker get to 24 against this defense? That would be spectacular without those two weapons.
Yeah.
I say he does. I'm going to go 24-22 visiting team. And
Tough.
I like that.
That'd be
Okay.
a great
I
win
thought
for
I
him.
thought he was setting up the flip on the.
I know. I was like,
just
I
don't-
never flip, but
Yeah, that
Never
was
flip
good.
scared.
wow, we got a divided arena. Okay,
Yeah.
we are going to find out. So you think Sam Darnold's going to choke and Baker's going to be the clutchest quarterback
that
in the
sums
league?
it up.
You think Baker gonna
No,
do it?
that's what it is so far on.
He took a week off last week. He already took a week off last week, right? So he finna redeem himself this week. Another clutch play.
You saying he choked last week?
I'm just saying he wasn't that clutch in the clutch last week.
Well, his pass got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's part of his
intercepted.
skip. That's-
Well, that's not
That D
much
lineman,
enough.
that D lineman is saying I tipped the pass.
It was
You're
actually-
saying it got tipped.
It was actually the safety coming up. I think he was spying. It was
Yeah, but
blanket chip.
that's what he's saying. I tipped that pass.
Yeah.
It ain't
okay.
just get tipped. Like I
Okay,
made
but
a play.
that doesn't make Baker unclutch.
Hey man, hey.
Hey, and in the last
If I
drive,
trip, if I'm guarding the guy in the fourth quarter and I trip, I see the ball perfectly and I'm gonna pick it off and I trip, that make me lost the play, Skip. It don't
okay,
matter
but,
why.
But trip is one thing. To have a pass deflected is another thing. And that's just bad luck.
Same-
Yeah, you
Yeah,
never
I
had to
should've-
play that side of the ball.
It's the
you know?
same luck.
I
Skip.
should have used that on the block when I got blocked trying to hit
Right.
a game winner. It's not me. He
not
blocked
me.
it.
Yeah.
Block
Blocked the shit.
Gil would have made that.
He
Gil's
made that.
clutch. Gil's
If he
clutch.
wouldn't have jumped and blocked it,
I'm
I'd
still
have
clutch.
Okay, how many passes will Blankenship tip this year at the line of scrimmage?
We don't know.
No
he got
more.
one. He got one.
He got one, that's all.
He on pace for 4, 8,
Yeah,
12,
right,
6.
yeah,
He on pace for 4.
Yeah.
No.
All right, we're going to find out how clutch Baker is. I know we've been talking about it a lot. Let's talk about some drama. Aqib likes to say the receivers are the divas. So A.J.
Yeah.
Brown, he took to Twitter. We talked about this Tuesday, but he took to Twitter with a cryptic tweet that he was possibly frustrated with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Couldn't really tell who, but yesterday he did come back. He took responsibility for his frustrations boiling over, and he said that it wasn't directed at anyone inside the building. It wasn't the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and that Eagles are his home. So, Aqib, like it or not, what do we feel about what A.J. Brown said?
I love it. I knew what he was going to do. I said it when we talked about it before, man. Hey, he hot. He's not contributing to the wins. He want to contribute to the wins. You know what I'm saying? The vets on the team got to go, holler at him, have a drink with him. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Your time going to come, brother. You remember what we did last year? Whoop-de-whoop. Go down through there with him, get his spirits back up. Then, he react the way he reacted. So it's just fine, man. It's football. It's how the touchdown scores of our league, that's how they going to act.
But two games from now, and he continues at this, getting 10
when I
yards.
say
How
this,
is he going to
look,
feel then?
He going to struggle again this week because he going to have Sertan on his ass.
Yeah.
He going to struggle. But after that, you got the Giants twice. You got the Vikings defense, but you can get explosive players on the Vikings defense with all that zero coverage and stuff like that. Shit. Then he got the Lions, Packers, Bears. They are middle of the pack defense. Then he got the Cowboys. They the damn worst in the league against the pass. So
Yeah, but they shut him out. They did.
they won't shut him out again. They wasn't the worst in the league first game. Now that they in their own heads now, they the worst in the league as of right now. So he'll get it going now. The path is getting easier for him. So I feel like it'll be rough this Sunday. After that, he'll get it going.
Okay.
What were he? He should, when they beat us, he should have been still in that slump.
Hey, he went to work.
I know that was the
Did
bad
he?
part.
He won the game for real.
Like I get it. Like I always preach that most athletes, it's individual success and then team success, right? And I think people are missing the global part of this. You're happy that he still cares.
Hell yeah.
It's that old saying about a coach. When I stop talking to you, that's when you should, be worried because I gave up on you. So the fact that he still wants the ball shows you he's still mentally in it. The moment he stops, you lost him, right? So when he says, all right, I'm good, and he's just running out there doing his routes, he's not looking for the ball, that's when we should be having this problem. The fact that he still wants it, he still wants to be part of winning, it is kind of, it's kind of hard. You're getting paid $25 million and you that dude, and you thinking about the next contract and wanting to be amongst your peers, and you're not getting the ball. That is frustrating. I don't care who you are, right? If you're a quarterback, if you're a great running back and they're not doing no run plays and it's all passing, you're gonna be frustrated too. So I can see why he would be frustrated, and it's gonna continue. New offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, Kevin Patullo.
Trying to figure out what he is.
Yeah.
He got his own mind of how the game is supposed to be played. It's not the old days. It's not what you came into, Philly with.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they're struggling on offense right now because they hired in-house. Patullo has been there, so I thought they were going to kind of pick up where they left off.
5 years.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I respect A.J. Brown for coming out and apologizing because he didn't have to. That's something that you handle.
Did you think it was an apology? Because I did also. It was apologetic.
Apologetic, and he clarified that tweet wasn't directed towards anybody.
Yeah.
He doesn't owe the public any of that, though. I don't think he needed to do that. That's something, like Aqib said, that you handle in-house. You go up to Hurts, hey, my bad. You get some of the vets to come over and talk to him, and you handle that within the organization. So I respect that he went out publicly and apologized, or at least addressed it, because he didn't have to. Look, you make a great point. As a wide receiver, you're not judged off of wins and losses. That's the quarterback and the head coach. That's the only people that follows around. That win-loss record is the QB and the head coach. As a receiver, you're judged off of production. You're also paid off of production. They're not going to go pay a wide receiver because you're winning games if he's not contributing. He wants to contribute. He wants to be a part of the success, and that's what he's saying right now. So I don't have any issue with it. I love A.J. Brown. I think he's a great football player. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL. He just wants to be recognized as that. He wants the football. I played quarterback for a long time. I've never met a receiver that didn't want the ball. I never went to a game until my receiver came out and said, hey, man, I ran a lot of great routes today. I blocked my ass off, and that was great. Like, I appreciate it.
Love being a decoy.
Hey, Coach, hey, Cody, I ran a post there. Don't worry about it, but I'm open if you ever want to get to it.
Don't happen.
That shit doesn't happen, man. He wants the ball. He wants to continue. And for him, he's got the ring. They've got the wins. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. He wants to keep getting paid. And you don't become a Hall of Famer because you won rings as a wide receiver. You become a Hall of Famer because of catches and yards and touchdowns. So I don't have a problem with it.
$96 million contract.
I know, but but there's also that next contract. There's also the Hall of Fame, and there's also how are you going to be remembered. And Puka Nakua's putting up big numbers, and Amon-Ra St. Brown's playing well, and the guys around him. I know Chase has a quarterback issue right now in Jettas. They're dealing with some quarterback stuff, but he wants to be recognized as one of the greats. And I get that. You're not a great as a receiver because you won games. That's your quarterback and your head coach. So I have no problem with it.
I love what this man has said repeatedly about wide receivers because your whole life revolved around shutting them down. Biggest divas in sports. Crazy divas, irrational divas, delusional divas. And the reason they are is that they see themselves, thanks to social media, as NBA caliber stars, that they're viral highlights waiting to happen. So here's the problem with the position they play. It's the all-time dependent position because they can't control their fate at all.
No.
You can control their fate, but they can't. But circumstances can control their fate because if you double them every time, if you triple them sometimes, if you just box them and just say, you can't have the football, then they can't get the football because it's suicide to try to force it into triple coverage. And somebody somewhere is wide open and the ball's going elsewhere. Maybe they're running the ball effectively like last year with Saquon. He averaged 125 a game. Right now he's at 59, which I don't know, that's like crazy to me.
Yeah, it is.
But if you're running at 125 a clip, you're going to get the football and they're going to flip you the football quite a bit also. So to take it to the NBA, I looked up your career, your 3 All-Star seasons in Washington on shots per game. So you averaged 19 and 21 and 21, and it ranked in the league 8th and 4th and 3rd in the league. So that's your top 10 in shots attempted because you can, because there's only 5 guys on the court, and there's one basketball, and you're going to be able to get a hold of the basketball often enough to get up 21 shots a game, which is, it makes you feel pretty good. Maybe you'll have an off night and miss too many of them, but that's on you. But you're going to get your chances to star, right?
Yep.
In this case, if you're getting sacked, if you can't get rid of the football, he's not going to get the football. He can't control that. So if the offensive line is bad, he's not going to get the football. Now, to him and Jalen, I'm just telling you something is wrong between the two of them, and it's been wrong for a long time because they had a big off-the-field thing going way back to 2 years ago, and I was told from an insider they sorted it out and figured it out. But once it goes wrong, you know and I know that deep down they don't connect. There's no love there. But Jalen, I went back and looked at the game at Tampa. He went 0 for 8 in the second half.
He did.
And I looked at the throws to AJ. They were horrible. I mean, truly horrible. Like
He forced it to him, too.
just misfired, though. And sometimes I think he misfired because he thought,
purpose.
this is a force and this is dangerous, and I'm just going to really throw this 5 yards over his head because I don't love it anyway, but at least I gave him a target. But the bottom line to this whole discussion is that when I look at what they did in the second half when they had to against your team, my God, it was explosive because they go, Jalen threw for 209 in the second half. That works, right? Yeah, he looked deadly accurate to me. And AJ, just in the second half alone against a pretty good Rams defense, I'll go very good Rams defense, he catches 6 balls for 109 yards. So desperate times, desperate measures. They had to do that. But they also showed you we can, if we have to, we can do that. So when I look at the total targets for the year, last year AJ led in targets, but Devontae led in catches. So it's like not a great connection. This year so far, AJ still has 28 targets to Devontae's 20, but catches are flipped, 14 to 17 for Devontae. So somehow, maybe because of double coverage, maybe Devontae singled more.
He is.
That it's just an easier throw for Jalen to find Devontae than AJ, right? Okay, but they're 4-0, and we can talk about whether they're going to beat your Denver Broncos.
And they beat good teams, too.
They did.
They beat great teams. They beat the Rams, Kansas City. I mean, they
got to throw us
Buccaneers.
All right, and the last thing.
Because we didn't get beat first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
You know,
They got lucky. They got lucky. All right.
And the last thing I'll say about AJ is that, remember last year in the wild card game at home, he's sitting on the bench reading a book. During the wild card game against Green Bay, he's reading a book because in that game he got 3 targets and had 1 catch for 10 yards. And he's sitting over there reading a book called Inner Excellence, like for all the cameras to see because he knows that the cameras are going to, he's reading a book. He's bored. You guys go do that, I'll do this. And they won 22-10 that day, so you can't beef about that. You know, you can't complain about that because you won a playoff game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I look at what happened yesterday, that thing that he posted, it's off a Bible verse in Mark, and it's very paraphrased, but that's a trade demand to me. Seriously, that was a trade demand. I mean, if I can get biblical just for a second, the Bible verse in question is Mark 6:11, and forgive me, I'm going to go a little Bible here, but it's Jesus saying to the disciples, if you go to a town and they don't welcome you and they don't want to listen to you and they reject your message, then just stamp the dirt off your sandals and go to the next town.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he's saying in his post. It was real paraphrased. It wasn't the exact verse, but he's just saying, just stamp the dirt off your feet and go somewhere else because they're not welcoming me, right? Well, I'm sorry, he said that wasn't about the Eagles. It was about the Eagles, but he said, I let my frustration boil over like they all do, right? Okay, so yesterday, I loved everything he said, except that wasn't about the Eagles. Because he said all the right things, and he said, I love it in Philadelphia, and I want to be here. I just want to help. Because he said, when the game's on the line, I want the football. I believe that. And when the game
should.
Well, and when the game was on the line against you guys,
Who got the
there
ball?
was no doubt about it.
Exactly.
Right?
So,
Okay.
just got to live with that role, man.
Yeah.
He don't want that role, but
No.
with a team where you got a Devontae, a Saquon, you got guys everywhere.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody can't get all the targets. You
Yeah.
got to live with that role. So if you want to be here, that's going to be your role.
And that's it. For me, looking, I'm neutral party here, right? It's you got the point guard versus shooting guard, right? He's the shooting guard, right? He's the flamboyant one. He's the one that's going to make all the acrobatic plays. If you don't have a connection with your point guard, he can ice you out.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And the more he bitches, the more you're willing to look the other way.
Right.
And you said that they had the argument about 2 years ago. Now, if you look at someone like Jalen, the point is, you can bitch all you want. We can win without you. And it seems like that's what he's showing. We can win without you. We won a championship. You was bitter. We won it. We're 4-0. We haven't really got you the ball. We're 4-0. Right? So either you get on this train or you get the fuck off because we're showing you that we're winning.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this is. This is about these two guys. And I always say, man, look, if you're a receiver, your best friend has to be the quarterback. That has to be your best friend.
Yeah.
Like Super Bowl rings and all that, the first person you're thinking is the quarterback. When T.O. said, my quarterback, I get it. I understand it. Because the more he defends the quarterback, the more the quarterback wants to
Give him the ball.
give him the ball. Right? Them Rolexes get bought, the first one is going to the quarterback. Right? That's the quarterback, he's going to get who? The lineman. Right? There's pecking orders, and it just seems like those two are not on the same page. Right? And when Jalen is passing, it seems like he's passing just to shut him up. Right? It's like, I'm just, because he seems like one of those guys is, if I get a bunch of passes and I show you I'm getting them 106s, I'm going to be in that mother like, yo, told you.
And if
You come my way?
And if AJ was the only person like in the league who does this, then I like agree with you. But it's all of them.
Yeah.
It's every single one of them, bro. That's what. So you
Divas.
can't say their relationship is bad. So every receiver and every number one receiver in the league got a bad relationship with his quarterback. No, that's just when they not getting the ball, that's just how they act, bro. That's how they react to it. So you just calm them down. Hey, what? Relax. It's gonna be another game after the Rams game. He was happy as hell in the locker room.
Yeah, happy,
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah.
So you just wait till another game like that happens. He just being AJ, just being AJ. They just used to it, bro. I've seen it so many times, bro. I've seen it on every team I've been a part of. The number one receiver mad, he ball, he happy. We win, he don't do shit, he don't come out with us.
Every single team.
Hey, he ball, we win, he out popping bottles with us. You know what I'm saying?
As a quarterback, what's your mindset when you got a guy that's just nagging the shit out of you?
I'm not worried about it until he takes a shot. If
Okay.
he says specifically, my quarterback is trash, which I don't think A.J. Brown would ever do.
I don't either.
But until he calls him out personally, I have no issue with it. As a quarterback, dap him up. Hey, I got you, man. We're working. Because you've got
You
so
want to
many
get
other
him the
things
ball
going on.
more when he's complaining or less?
But I don't
you
care.
don't even-
You're
But
like-
he can't dictate that. He could watch the film with him after
Yeah.
and say, look, bro, look.
Yeah.
Can I throw it to you right here?
No.
No, I'm
No.
double.
But you've also got,
Next
as a
play, can I throw it
quarterback,
to you right here? No, I'm double.
If I
You can
start-
show him.
but
I
a
can't
great-
throw it
if
to
I
him.
start living in that world as a quarterback, I'm in trouble. Because I've got 5 offensive linemen to worry about. I've got a running back to worry about. I got other receivers to worry about. And on top of that, I got to figure out what the hell the defense is doing every play. I can't just sit there and go, get AJ the ball, get AJ the ball. Now I can have, okay, it's man-to-man, cover one, and you're taught as a quarterback through progression, pick your best matchup. It's 1-to-1, look the safety off, work your best matchup. There's going to be times when he can do that, but to Keith's point, you can't force feed the football to AJ Brown or else you're going to hurt the rest of your team. But I will say this, I disagree with you guys a little bit. I don't, if this was the first time that AJ Brown has been having an issue with Jalen Hurts, then I'd be worried. But since he's been in Philly, they've gone to 2 Super Bowls. They've won 1. He's had over 1,000 yards every single season.
Right.
He has 26 combined touchdowns. And what was it, 2 years ago, 2023, when they were beefing?
Yeah.
He had 106 catches that year for
Went
1,500
crazy.
yards and 7 touchdowns. That was one of the best in the league. 106 catches the year that he's pissed at Jalen Hurts. So I'm not worried about it, man.
At
He's
all,
having
bro.
production. That's nothing to worry about. I am worried a little bit, though. I will be honest about Kevin Patullo in this offense, right? That they're struggling. If Saquon was rolling, I'd feel a little bit better. Maybe if they had the
Nobody's
offense
rolling.
going. I mean, they're 30th in total offense. They're 31st in passing offense. You can get away with it for a while.
Right.
You can win some of these games, but at some point, that's going to bite you in the ass. You can't live
Right.
and die by that every week, especially when teams start hitting their stride towards the end of the
But
season.
you say you're not worried about it, but they are 4-0 and he is pissed. You have to worry about that. I'm sorry.
no.
That's just human nature. Like, you're literally playing a game where the success is not being received by everyone, right? Because at the end of the day, he only really cares about himself, right? If he's balling and we're losing, he's happy. If we're balling and we're winning, of course he's happy. But obviously we can see if we're winning and he's not balling, he's upset.
Right.
So that's the part that comes in. Well, everybody else is like, yo, hey, remember we winning, man. What's going on, man? Saquon ain't, he's 59 yards. He's still happy. He's still.
Saquon pissed too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
he ain't pissed because he ain't getting. He pissed because he ain't getting through that line.
Exactly.
But he getting.
But that's on him.
I think right now, though, I don't think
CeeDee Lamb.
A.J. Brown, and look, this is all speculation.
CeeDee Lamb, just put me
Throw that thing.
This is all speculation.
Put me at running back, bro. Give me a
Put me at running back. Let me try this shit out.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible idea.
God, no.
Don't
That
do
was
that. Don't do that.
horrible.
But this is all speculation. I'm not in their locker room. But I don't think right now, I'm getting the vibe that A.J. Brown isn't pissed at Jalen Hurts. I'm getting the vibe that everyone's kind of pissed at Kevin Patullo. I feel like they don't fully trust his play calling. He's not putting them in positions to win.
And that could lead to submission.
What do you do? All right, if I'm a quarterback, if I'm an OC going into the game and A.J. Brown's not getting the ball, get him a screen. Get him a little now route, which is a one-step. Get him the ball in his hands. Just let him feel it a little bit. Let him touch the pigskin, pick up a couple yards. That's not going to hurt you. Do it on first and second down. Don't do it on third and long when you're behind the chains. Give him a couple screens. Give him a couple looks here and there. Maybe a slant. If we get one-on-one, you always have as a quarterback that option to change the play. Go 3-by-1. Put A.J. at X. We walk up. We got safety rotation left. Hey, give me a little slant route. Right? Give me a little fade route.
That sounds easy, bro.
Yeah, but now because he's a diva, you're going to coddle him. Oh, we got to give him a couple
that's
slants.
within your
Got to give him a couple screens.
What are y'all in?
When we played guys like AJ, bro, when I was in New England, when I was with Wade, we played guys like AJ. You're not balling today. We're making it a point that AJ is not balling today.
But he's been balling for the last 3 years.
They're going to put leave on. That's what I'm saying. He's still going to do his numbers.
Yeah.
But you can't force it to him.
Can't force it.
The offense is not going to look the same. When you the champs, bro, it's not going to look like it looked last year. Everybody spent the whole March through April. Everybody took a month and watched your shit all year long. We're going to make sure the Eagles don't come out and do what they did on us last year. Don't come out and do what they did on the entire league last year. So long as we 4-0, while we figuring out what we got to do different, how we block shit up different, we 4-0, we in a great spot right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think you feel like everybody's frowning upon the OC. Shit, I feel like we tripping. The building is straight. They like, we 4-0.
Yeah.
We not playing our best, and we still fucking 4-0. We figuring out we got to switch shit up a little bit. While we switching it up, we 4-0. You know what I'm saying? Let the media do what they do. We in here, we cool.
Yeah, and I'm not saying force feed him the football. I'm saying in advantageous situations, you can, as Jalen Hurts, know, all right, I got a one-on-one. I'm not going to get a ton of these. Give him a slant, give him a fade. Screen. I don't care if it's cover 2. I don't have to have cloud. There's multiple guys over there. You can still get a tunnel screen where he takes one step, comes across, you got your tackle on your guard leading up, and you have another receiver. You can force him that type of ball and not hurt your defense or hurt your offense and put you in a bad situation. So, no, I'm not saying force him the football in the double and triple coverage, but you can work within the scheme to get him his touches early on and get him involved in the game plan.
See, I think I would have been a quarterback.
Okay.
I think like that. See, you think defense out. You think aggressively.
You would have been a quarterback.
You too aggressive.
Don't play offense.
Yeah.
Because on offense, you got to worry about too many people.
Yeah,
like on defense, look, I could be on the sorriest team in the league, right? And I could be the best person on the field.
You could.
You know what I'm saying? I could follow around your best receiver. We been getting blown out 60-0, but they talking about leave in the box because I strapped this boy. He got 0 catching.
Yep.
Play corner, bro. You control your own destiny.
It's so easy.
Control
Play
your own
corner.
destiny, baby.
You don't want
the
to
second
Don't
hardest
worry about shit.
It's like
do my thing.
That's the second hardest position on the
It's
field.
like hearing football talk is like the element of human behavior just goes out of the window, right? At some point, if he's not getting the ball, that means he's not running his routes hard, right? He's
if he's double strapped,
because if I can see him not running his route hard, we know you have to go that way. Just like my big man, if I don't get the big man the ball, at some point he's not going to set the screens hard. He's not going to play no fucking defense. So I do at some point have to give up shots to get him these little plays where he can score and feel happy about himself. So at some point, what he's complaining about, you have to do. I have to give him the ball a couple times here. I got to try to see if I can, these plays where I can force or try something so he can feel like he's a part of it. Even if he doesn't catch it. Because if he don't, and I'm not looking that way, like you're doubled, at some point he's going to stop running these routes. and then that's going to put more pressure on there. It's going to put more pressure
but we
on
magnify him not getting the ball because what was his numbers last year?
The last 3 years, he's had over 1,000. He had 1,000 last year,
the ball.
too.
It's not like he's not getting the ball.
Yeah, last year.
Last
He
year,
just, when he
last year
don't
was,
get the ball,
last year was his
when he don't get the ball, he's
worst
like, ah!
Last
Everybody
year-
want to make a big deal out of it, but I'm saying it's no
Saquon
big
had all
deal.
the ball.
Because he get the ball. You can't have 1,000 yards and not get the ball.
Yeah,
It's
no,
impossible.
No, it's a big deal because I guess just like a shooting guard,
Every game,
we open every single time.
Yeah, every time.
So I understand the frustration on both sides. Me wanting the ball and me hearing somebody like, yo, you're not open, dog. I can hear why he argues so
But this is, so what I'm talking about from a game plan standpoint, we have protected plays and GCPs, guaranteed completions is what we call them. That's what I'm saying. Protected play is a screen. Get them a screen to where I know it's not going to hurt the defense. Unless they're impressed, maybe, okay, you can check out of it. But 99 times out of 100, I can get them a little screen ball to where you can run a tunnel screen. If the DB's off 5 to 6 yards, guaranteed completion. Hey, give me a now route, which is a one-step, get it to them, and let them make a play. You can do that within the offense, but also, Gil, to your point, it's not necessarily that A.J. Brown isn't running hard, and it's not that they're not getting the ball. As a quarterback, everything is determined by what the defense does. It's unless you have like a guaranteed completion, like I mentioned, like you have full progression plays. So I'm going 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Predetermined and determined after the snap by the defense. You also have mirrored routes to where it's curl flats, slant flats, right? You got to go away from safety. You got to work if it's too high, pick a side, 1 to 2 to back. There's so many things that you have to do within the offense that is determined by what the defense is doing. And you can't just say, okay, and Aqib knows, defenses know, where the hell is 11 at? Because we're going to play towards him. As a quarterback, you can't just go out there and go, all right, I'm going to force him a ball if it's cover 2 cloud or they're playing cover 6 and I've got Devontae with off coverage and they're cloud and AJ. I got to work left. There's so many
and
times.
even if you got a guaranteed completion play call and you're going to throw him a tunnel screen, if I come up and press him, you're going to still throw that tunnel screen?
That's where you got to check.
Yeah, you're going to check out of that shit.
But you got to know.
Right, because you're not going to block me, bro. You're going to check out of that shit. So it's just hard to get him the ball. If teams want to take him away, they could take him away. If they take him away, you got Devontae on the other side. Let's just go win the game.
Yeah.
And we'll deal with AJ. We know he's going to have 1,000 yards by the end of the year.
Yeah.
We'll deal with him with his little rant real quick. It's no big deal. He's okay. The Eagles are okay.
Like now, there's a receiver himself ever think he's guarded.
Never.
He always thinks he's open. So you can say, we're going to go away from you because we did this check down. To him, I don't give a fuck what they did. I'm always open.
Right.
And a great receiver, great anybody, always thinks they're open. Give me the ball. So if we did 50 plays, in my mind, I wanted all 50.
Yeah.
Right? But, if you get
But they're not the one taking down the interception on their stats.
I get it. But you still look my way. Like, even if it's like, okay, I seen you, and go the other, look this way. Sometimes, like, a receiver's running, and you didn't even look. that will piss me. You didn't even look.
Yeah, but A.J. Brown's a smart receiver. Like, he's frustrated because he's not getting the ball probably in these situations where he can. He understands, right, if I'm running a go ball and it's cloud coverage, unless I'm hitting a hole shot, you're not coming to me. You're going to work the middle of the field. He understands if it's 2-man, right, and I've got an in cut and the safety's over the top and they're playing hard inside, like, I'm not getting the ball in this. He understands that. He's not sitting there thinking, throw me it every single time. Where the frustration comes in when you watch the film, there are times when it's man-to-man or he has the look that he wants, he's not getting the football or they're not hitting it. And Jalen Hurts is off right now where he doesn't have the time to hit it.
Yeah.
I think the bigger picture, though, with all this is they have to get Saquon going. They have to get the run game going because that's not a threat right now, and they can play all these coverages, these defense they're facing on the outside because they're not worried like they have been about Saquon Barkley. They got to get that going to open up.
Speaking of that, Aqib, I assume you think your Broncos are going to go into Philadelphia and win this game.
Check my nose, Skip.
Check the notes.
Check my nose, man.
Gotta look at the notes.
Think they do.
Yeah,
I think the
what I
Broncos
thought.
go get it done now. The Eagles on a
Really?
10-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? The Jalen Hurts is on 18-game win streak. And we got the streak breaker, baby. Hey, Sean Payton has been the streak breaker.
He has.
Since he been in Denver.
Yep.
He broke the 16-game losing streak we had against the Chiefs. He broke the 8-game losing streak we had against the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So defense and run game travel. The Broncos 5th in the league running that ball. And they top 10 in the league in defense. They second in points. You know what I'm saying? They don't give up points. So defense and run game travel. I think it's just a good matchup. It's a good matchup for the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? I think they got what it takes. I know it's a road game.
And apparently, quote unquote, Bo Nix is going to pass Jalen Hurts. And,
Hey, this a huge game
in the
for
elite.
Bo. It's a huge game for Sean. It's a huge game for that defense. You know what I'm saying? So the streak gonna come to an end soon. Guys don't just win 18 and 19 and 20 games straight as a quarterback. You almost don't even want to win that many. You wanted to get this L out the way, then we can start it over again. So the streak is coming to an end very soon. I think the Broncos and Bo get it done.
I got a question. Listen.
Okay.
We know Hurts don't pass the ball like that.
But he do.
He does.
He can.
If he had a slinger, right? If he had a slinger like Patrick Mahomes and how Patrick Mahomes plays,
Right.
will he have better catches? Will he be targeted more?
No.
Yeah, again, it depends. Are you saying on the same team he's on right now?
Same team, but you
if
just
threw
switch
Mahomes
those two
there?
quarterbacks out since we know one is a safer.
I don't think so.
One
I
is a
don't-
safer
because I think-
quarterback.
Now we gonna crank it up even
think
more.
he
They
would
got
get less-
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes.
I think he would get less
Oh
touches.
shit, you gonna get less touches. We
Yeah.
gotta
I think they
defend
would
him even
focus-
more. They kind of say, oh, Jalen can't throw that good. Maybe we might leave him every once in a while.
Yeah.
With Patty, we never gonna fucking leave him by himself.
Okay.
I think the defenses would be more pass focused than they would stopping Saquon if you have Mahomes in there.
So they man, now that's disheartening.
Yeah.
I mean, just be honest. As a
He's like,
receiver,
what?
you're focused more on stopping him, and you still ain't giving me the fucking ball.
I mean, complete hypothetical, the best thing for a receiver like that, and it's not always true, but go to a team to where you're the star. You're the only guy that's a weapon on offense. You know, they might take you out of the game plan, but they're going to force feed you 15 targets that game or 10 targets. They're going to get
I
you
think
the
the
football.
best thing is the situation he in right now.
Yeah.
Because once Devontae start cooking, now coach gonna be like, all right, we playing man and safety lean to AJ. If he start cooking, hey, Leave, you got to stand the fuck up. Hey, go to the middle. Go to the middle and play it honest now. You know what I'm saying? We can't really double him because now he getting cooked. We got to play it honest now. You know what I'm saying? So I think he in the best situation. You got a 1B over there. Let that 1B start eating, then you'll see your one-on-one.
And Gil, just so you know, AJ Brown's Instagram handle is always open. That's his handle.
And they all
on
always
Instagram,
open, man.
always open.
See that?
He's so
Man.
confident.
Who you like, Skip?
You're like a side chick. I mean, it's like a side chick then. I don't want to be the number one dude. I want to be the side dude.
Hey.
Yeah, because he get all the fun. I don't get the headaches of the double. I just get the,
Yeah.
I get to eat.
I think that's a good point. You do want to have a solid number two, but it's when you have a 1A, 1B, it's tough because they're trying to get him the ball also, and that's what Devontae Smith did. It's almost better to have a 1 and then a true 2 that can step up when they need to, and then the defense goes, okay, maybe I do got to worry about this guy a little bit. But I agree. He is in a great situation. He's been doing it. The stats back it up, but yeah.
So,
it's
Aqib,
it's
Yeah.
tough.
as usual, I disagree with you. Philly is going to win this game the way they always do. It'll be 20-17 home team. That's just how they.
Oh yeah, you got them winning by 3.
That's how they do business.
I got the Broncos winning
They
by
just figure out how to make that play that wins that game. Bo Nix will be over his head against this defense and this coordinator. Fangio will have, the former Denver coach, will have Bo Nix's number in this game. He'll have a long, hard game because everybody does against these guys. And the Rams had a long, hard second half against these guys when they finally said, okay, that's enough.
because their corners was trash.
Whose corners were?
The Rams. They got
Really?
bad
They're
corners.
trash?
They don't have top corners. That's what the Rams don't have.
Yeah.
If the Rams had corners, they'd probably be 4-0 right now. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a Pat. They don't have a guy where
No,
we
they
can
don't
keep
have
on
that.
getting
Why,
that
they're gonna
pressure.
lose tonight?
And Pat ain't gonna get no help. That free safety gonna be right in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Pat gonna have AJ, and then we'll see how that go.
Yeah. You want to break the tie?
On who's going to win?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles. I'm going 24-20. I do think it's going to be a tough game, though. I think it's going to be close. The Broncos are 2-2, but that schedule that record, don't let it fool you, because
Right.
that game against the Colts, they should have won.
That was a dub.
Colts missed a 60-yarder, then they got a 15-yard penalty. The Broncos did.
Yeah.
They got a second try. They make it. The game against the Chargers, Justin Herbert did a hell of a job coming back in that game, but Bo Nix missed so many opportunities at the end of the game. And on that last drive, they go 3 and out. He had Cortland Sutton down the sideline just off his fingertips. If he catches
about
that,
half a yard.
we milk the clock, we kick a field goal. Now, you never know. It's the NFL. They could have blocked it. Something could have happened. But if they make that catch right there and they connect, they go and win that game. And Bo Nix, he's playing good right now. He's decent. He's getting a little bit better, but I'm not worried about Bo Nix. He's coming off of his best game of the year, had over 300 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, did have that bad interception on 4th and goal down by the goal line. But if you remember last year, Bo Nix's first 9 games, he had 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
And was struggling a little bit, kind of finding himself. Those last 9 games, he had 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions,
Turn it on,
and
baby.
led a crazy playoff run.
He did.
Ended up losing to the Bills, but he led them to the playoffs for the first time since they won a Super Bowl with my man Aqib over there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I am worried a little bit for the Eagles in this game. I think Vic Fangio is going to have his hands full. Another thing that worries me, Skip, I don't know if you heard this, but Fangio said in the press conference, he said, Bo Nix reminds me of Baker Mayfield. He said he could be Baker Mayfield's younger brother the way that he plays. Baker threw for 220 in the second half against the Eagles the other day. So that would worry me a little bit if I'm an Eagles fan, but I still think with all the struggles on offense, that they got to get things going this week. But again, they're winning games, and they're finding a way to get the job done without their best players. I think that's more impressive than if the guys are playing great and they're losing games. They're still finding ways to win. I think they do it this week. I think they get the dub, and it's going to be 24-20.
Okay.
I had 24-22.
But with the Broncos, right?
You said 24-20?
I think you're blinded by your Super Bowl ring.
Oh,
Like I want to go against. I do want to go against the Eagles just to do it because.
let me put my order in for my Bo Nix. Coming Bo Nix
Hey,
on
I will
Monday.
Bo Nix jersey
Let me
on.
get a Bo Nix jersey for Monday.
For
That Denver
Monday?
defense is for real. That's
Oh,
top
they
10
real.
defense. That's a legit.
They real. They don't
But
give
you
a
got the
point.
Eagles?
They're top 3 in scoring.
Yeah, I just want at this
Eagles.
point. I just want everybody to get their field goal blocked. It's a personal thing to me. I'm just being honest with you. It's just one of those things. Like it's the 20th. 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal block.
Okay, Aqib, you're outnumbered. But let's move on. Okay, so the Browns, they finally benched Skip's Flacco. He calls him Fluco.
Yeah.
His ass is benched, and they're going to have Dylan Gabriel in. But unfortunately, Shedeur Sanders, you guys always rally for him to be QB2 or to be starting. He's going to be QB3. So they do an interview with him yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it, because we got to play that. He is mute. It's hilarious. Like, he's trolling the fuck out of them.
Vocally.
I guess it's something that was fun. So it's one more. What do you think you have to show to the coaches just to have them have that belief in you that you can be ready?
What can you say? How much has Joe been important to both you and Dylan in terms of your guys' development to this point?
Okay, Skip, are you okay with how Shedeur conducted himself right there?
Look. As much as I love me some Shedeur,
You do.
as hard as I have campaigned for him, I wanted him to be the first overall pick to Tennessee. He would be better than Cam Ward has been so far in Tennessee. I did not love this for one reason and one reason only. It's just going to provide more ammunition for the good old boy network in the National Football League that got together and conspired to punish him and dump him all the way to the 5th round. All those guys, all those GMs and all those scouts and all those executives somewhere as we speak are saying, see, I told you, he doesn't handle himself the way you have to handle yourself to be a franchise quarterback in our league. He doesn't belong in our league. And I was even hoping against hope that by trade deadline, somebody would get desperate enough to trade for Shedeur and give him an actual shot. And now I'm afraid whoever that team might have been, they're sitting back saying, do we really want that? And I even believe that Kevin Stefanski, after that we just saw, went to Jimmy Haslam, who I believe is a big Shedeur fan, and said, do we really want that? Do you really want to give that a chance? Look, it's a clown show in Cleveland, and he was clowning the clown show because he just got dumped again. He got demoted again, or at least not promoted, because Stefanski announced Fluco's the backup quarterback after you said the other day correctly, that's it for Joe Flacco, right? Like he's done,
Yes,
right?
but I do think Flacco needs to be number 2. But go ahead.
do?
Yes.
Well, I don't, because now it's time to find out which of the kid quarterbacks can play. And I believe Jimmy Haslam dictated that to Kevin Stefanski because I think Stefanski's on his way out. But I just wanted Shedeur, because Rex Ryan blasted him last week on ESPN and said, he needs to get his ass in the front row and study. That's what everybody said before the draft. That was all of his interviews. He's not going to work hard. He's too full of himself. He doesn't handle himself correctly. He's got 3 exotic cars already. They got DJ in the locker room at Colorado before the game and during halftime. That's not how we do business in the National Football League. And now they're going to say, well, see, that's who this is. I don't see. I get Dylan Gabriel, and I like Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur is better than Dylan Gabriel, but you have to give him a shot. And I just don't want to give anybody any ammunition to say anything bad about Shedeur. And I think he did. And it was weird because I kept reading the headlines. He went full on mime. That's not miming. I mean, mimes don't mouth words. They don't speak at all. He was mouthing words without using his voice. And I tried to lip read. I don't even know what he was saying. He should have just said, just do some basic comment. Just say, if I'm given my opportunity, I will be ready for my opportunity, and just leave it at that. I don't.
And if he would have said, I'm giving my opportunity, I'm just ready for my opportunity, it still would have made national news.
Okay.
So no matter what the fuck Shedeur does, it's gonna make national news, man. He's a star. It is what it is. He could say the best answer in the world, and it's still gonna make national news. So he damned if he do, he damned if he don't.
Well, I don't think
he just made light of the situation a little bit, man. It is what it is. The media. Why are y'all talking to him? He got to make himself available. If he don't make himself available, he get fined.
Yeah, you got to pay up.
So I got to talk to y'all if y'all ask me to talk. But I can't talk. Rex Ryan don't want me to say shit. He want me to study. How the fuck Rex Ryan know he's not studying?
I don't know. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
how you know he's not in the front row not studying, Rex?
I don't know.
Well, somebody told Rex.
Man, nobody told Rex shit.
Want to bet?
Nobody told Rex shit. Rex ain't nobody told your motherfucking ass shit.
Hey,
you don't know
Rex,
what he's doing.
no,
Because what you don't know, Rex, is he a football head. He is studying.
Hey.
That's why he looked how he looked when he got his op in the preseason. That's why he looked like that. Because he's a football head and he is studying.
Hey, Rex is connected, man. He knows a lot of assistant coaches.
Well, I'm connected with Shedeur, and I know he's a fucking football head, and I know he is studying.
Yeah.
And when he get his op, you'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't say sit in the front and just study.
No,
Matter of Carolyn, can I get a little energy? Carolyn, please.
I was waiting for it.
I need some energy in the cup, please.
Skip's
'Cause,
firing him up.
Nah, it's Rex, bro. Like, come on, Rex, bro. Come on, Rex.
Yeah,
that shit pissed me. Shit like that pissed me off,
Me
bro.
too.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on, Rex. You don't know what he doing. You don't live with him. I don't care what somebody told you. Whoever did his roommate tell you that.
Yeah.
You don't know what he doing when he at home. We got iPads. He can go home and watch 5 fucking hours of film, Rex.
Agreed.
You don't know what he doing. He making light of the situation. It is what it is. If he go get a most political answer in the world, it's gonna be posted. It's gonna go viral. So it is what it is. He's a viral kid.
Yeah.
He been on TV since 7U. If you don't know, that's 7 and under football.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, he been on TV. Thank you, Carolyn. He been on TV, man. He live on TV. Hey, man, that's the world we live in. That's why I guess that's why people ain't want to pick him, because they don't want to get a star. Hey, shit, y'all businessmen, right? Like, shit, sell some tickets. Let him start and then see what it bring you.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think it was safe.
Safe, but we're all talking about it now.
No, for him. I mean, we can look at it as immature, right? Because we're not in that situation, right? We didn't just get, not even demoted, just we're in the same spot.
Same
right?
spot, yeah.
Like, we didn't get that news. He did, right? So most people will be what? Emotional, right? This is in real time.
Right.
It's easy for us to sit here and say, oh, you should have said this. We don't know what his real emotions is.
Right.
He is fronting. He is putting on a fake smile to get, because he doesn't know how to feel right now that he ain't moved nowhere, right? So you don't know what's going on mentally with him, but we can tell, yeah. We see what AJ, we can see what AJ's real emotions is in real time. His, he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna talk. I get it, I understand. The problem is this. What is the goal here for the Browns, right? No one cares about Dylan besides you and Dylan. No offense.
Well, they're hoping he's going to be their franchise.
There's no,
They're hoping.
if I'm Dylan,
They
I do
drafted
not
him
want to
first.
be in that position. I don't want to be him right now. I have the whole the black community against me. That's one. We're in Cleveland, right? So I got all them against me.
True.
That's one. Then I have all famous people against me.
True.
Right? They're waiting for me to fuck up. Like,
But if he doesn't fuck up, you better bet Browns fans are going to rally. If he does good, they're going to rally.
No.
You don't think?
No. He just got put number one. The worldwide news right now is who? Shedeur. It's not him. No one cares that he got demoted. They care more about him not being number 2. They don't care who's number 1. The worldwide news right now is 3 is still 3. Why isn't he 2?
True.
Right? So the fact
Yep.
that the world wants to see him get this chance. This reminds me of the Bronny situation. If you're Dylan, you want to be, what was the guard? Ovalera? Ovaleri.
For who?
The Lakers. He was the one who got that contract. Quincy.
Oh,
want to be
okay.
Quincy.
Okay.
Right? That's who Dylan, you want to be Quincy. What you want to be third. You want Shedeur to go out there and then have a horrible time, and then you come in and have good moments.
Yeah.
Right? So you look good. You going out there first, no one's rooting for you. Unless you out this motherfucker perfect every fucking day, every game, you out here being amazing. Everything you do is going to be a target. Oh, man, look, it was okay. It was this. He had 3 turnovers. He did this. That's all that's going to happen. And eventually, you're going to be getting booed by that Cleveland Browns stadium. Because they want to see him play to see if he's good or not. That's just the way it is. And him sitting there, whatever he does, he is the focal point. He is Cleveland Brown right now. No one cares about the rest. It's him, then Myles Garrett at this point. Right? When we're talking about jersey sales, he's number 1.
Definitely.
He's in front of Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Right? So people want to see him. And at this point, if you're Cleveland, why are you still putting yourself under this guillotine? I get it. I understand why. You don't want to make yourself look stupid.
They drafted him in the 3rd.
Right? I drafted you, but we wanted him. We think he's it. He's 6-year senior. We get it. He is the proven one. And we don't want you to go out there and perform very well. Makes us look stupid that we picked you in the 5th. Like, so you're fighting an inner fight anyway.
Yeah.
You know, there's really nothing you can do. So if you're Shedeur, I don't like the question.
Yeah.
It's a stupid question. And he's not in a position to say, what the fuck you asking me for? What do I need to do? I don't know. Ask him. That's the one who's making the decision.
And if you say that, it's going to be viral. No matter what he says.
Because that is the thing. You're asking the wrong. Why are you asking me what I should do more? If I knew, I would be doing it, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick
ahead.
before you go. Back to you for 1 second. When Jackson Dart scored the other day, he did some funky chicken dance. I don't know what it was. Okay? And you said you don't love that from your quote-unquote franchise quarterback, right? Okay, it's the same. It falls into the same category as this. The Good Old Boy Network is going to look at this the way you looked at that dance and say, I don't want my quarterback doing that. Right?
Right.
Okay, go.
But he's not my quarterback. He's a third. He's third round.
But
But if you're rallying around him being the quarterback,
But how many how many 5th round people are being interviewed right now?
0.
Well, he's the most famous third-string quarterback in the history of the league.
And that's where that's where the Cleveland Browns,
The better
as
question
an
is,
organization,
how many third-string quarterbacks being interviewed right
as
now?
an organization,
To your point,
You shouldn't be.
I've seen Tom Brady make light of the situation, but I've never seen him do you know, like me.
No, he has never.
I ain't never seen him do no touchdown dance.
I got
But
it.
I've seen Tom make light of the situation with the media before.
Okay, but Shedeur is saying, I'm going to do it my way. Damn all of you all.
I'm making light of the situation with the media.
Okay.
So
but
I've seen
you want to be a leader of a team and a quarterback.
But I've seen the leader of the team and quarterbacks make light of the situation with the media. But I don't really see him do touchdown dances like that. That's my point.
You want him
I never seen him
want him to be and act like the star quarterback, but you don't want to give him no responsibilities of that.
Exactly.
That's the problem. He's acting like the fucking 5th round. He's acting like the 3rd-string quarterback. Right? Now, if he was promoted today as the number 1 or the number 2, then yeah, he should be speaking. But he's 3rd.
Right.
I don't know what to say.
That's
He can't go in there and do this because now, from the media standpoint, he has Tom Brady responsibilities. I'm supposed to act like a professional, and I'm the 3rd string. I have no chance of playing. I have 0 chance of playing.
He has no chance, though.
No, but that to me is a good thing. The fact that he's 3, and everyone on the outside is making that a big deal. But to me, when you go into a game, you game plan for the starter. My game plan is going to be tailored to Dillon Gabriel exactly. You have a little tiny section that's called the emergency section in case your backup comes in. I don't want Shedeur doing that. I think him staying at 3 right now, say Dillon goes out there, knock on wood, I hope nothing bad happens to him, but he gets hurt on the second series, or he's not playing good and they yank him at halftime, then if you put Shedeur in as at number 2, he's going to be trying to go out there and play Dillon Gabriel's game plan. It's not going to be tailored to him. So if he gets hurt, you put Joe Flacco in. Let Flacco finish the game. Then after the game, take Flacco to 3 or Gabriel to 3. Then you put Shedeur at 1 because you cannot go back to Flacco.
No, you won't go back to Flacco.
If you're Kevin Stefanski, you cannot, if you take Gabriel out or he gets hurt or anything happens, let Flacco finish the game, but after that, he can't be the starter going forward. Now you go to Shedeur, because if you go back to Flacco, you're losing the locker room. You've got one of the worst offenses and a number 1 defense, and they're not going to respect you anymore, and that defense is going to give up. You can't do that. So I don't mind him being at 3 for that exact reason. Now, if he becomes a starter, when that time comes, I think it will, jump to 1, and then you get a game plan that's tailored to you instead of a small emergency section in case you have to come in. So I don't worry about
I agree with Cody 1,000%.
Yeah, you don't want to be a 2. A 2 is almost worse than being a 3 if you're going to get an opportunity.
Who cares about being the backup quarterback?
If you're a 2,
you don't care about that.
You are sitting there like, please, God, do not get hurt. If you get hurt, I got to go in. And yes, you know the offense, sure. But the offense, the game plan is tailored to your strengths. Dillon's strengths aren't Shedeur's strengths. Shedeur's weaknesses aren't Dillon's weaknesses. They're going to put that game plan as if Dillon Gabriel is playing all 4 quarters, but I have a small section in case Flacco or Shedeur needs to come in. You don't want that to be your opportunity.
Okay.
So that's why I'm fine with him being number 3. I think that's getting a little bit blown out of proportion. What I don't like is why are you interviewing the number 3 quarterback?
Yeah.
Right.
You're just trying to get a click. And
But you're trying to find out if he's unhappy that he didn't get promoted.
But you know that.
You know he unhappy.
But
you wanted
No,
hero
I'm so glad I'm
But what I'm
3
saying is
today.
you
I
know-
love being quarterback.
you
Now,
know
I'll say
that,
this, though.
though.
To that point, I'm torn because I feel for Shedeur, man. I do. And I know everyone's kind of said in college, doing the watch and doing like, that's authentic. I know you don't like the dancing, but be authentic. If that's who you are, be who you are.
Right.
Don't fake it on game day. Don't fake it in the locker room. Be who you are. So I think that's him just showing authenticity. I'm torn, though, because he has been under a microscope and criticized since he was a kid because of who he is. And that's got to be tough. I can't relate to that. I'm not going to sit here and try to lecture Shedeur Sanders on how to be Shedeur Sanders or how to handle this situation because he is unique in this situation. We've never seen anything like this before. I will say this, though, and this is the PR quarterback answer. I know people might hate it. I'm with you on that a little bit. I just wish he had kept doing what he's been doing. And what I mean by that is he did an interview a couple weeks ago, all throughout fall camp even, and he did an interview with ESPN a couple weeks ago.
It was just 1 week ago.
Yeah,
You're talking about the one where he talked about quarterbacks?
No, where he talked about being thankful for the situation I'm in.
Okay.
He came out and said, I appreciate the situation I'm in.
Right.
I'm blessed to be where I'm at.
okay.
I'm learning mentally. I'm learning physically.
And I like
I'm
to
looking-
see that from him.
I'm looking at football from a different lens. Who gives a shit what the media says, whether it's good or bad? I saw that and said, that's a leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who
I did
Shedeur
too.
Sanders
But that's the thing.
Wait a
then
second.
you start attacking him.
Yeah.
And that's where you get this situation
but
is
there
even
was-
that wasn't good enough. And then you get, the comment about, hey, the quarterback play around the NFL, I know I can do better than that.
Okay,
I'm fine with that.
That was last week. He said to ESPN, if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable
This is a
of
different interview.
doing better
That
than
one's-
that.
yeah, that one's different than the original.
Well, that's pure Shedeur. That's how he was in every interview before the draft, and the league hated it because you're too full of yourself. You can't handle. He was brazen about, I'm just better than everybody, and he is, and he knows it. And he will show you that if given the opportunity. But the league wants to teach him a lesson before he gets his opportunity. They don't want him to get the opportunity.
I don't think that's him, though, saying, I'm better than everybody. I think that's him saying, context matters. Him saying, the quarterback play hasn't been great this year. Guys are getting benched. I know if I get my shot, I can go out there and do it. Could he have worded it better? Sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that as a negative. I think everyone twisted it way different than what it is, right? They made it bigger than what it needed to be.
If you disagree, you want him to.
But I'm with you, Skip. My final thing, let me finish with this. I'll say this. My final thing is, I know it sucks. You want to see personality. You want them to be who they are. But sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. Sometimes you just have to go and say, hey, look, I'm going to support Dillon either way that I can. I'm going to keep competing for when my time comes. But either way, I'm going to do everything I can to be a great teammate and a leader for the Cleveland Browns and leave it at that. Because all that media wants is clicks. And you're going to give them clicks by doing extra stuff. And I get what you're saying.
And when he do that,
they give him shit.
He's gonna say
something.
Shedeur okay with being the third quarterback. It's
But
still gonna be a fucking headline.
But if I'm Shedeur,
no matter what.
But if I'm Shedeur, who cares what the media says? Who cares what Rex Ryan's saying? Who cares what other people say? All that matters is my teammates in the locker room. And we saw how they rallied around him in the preseason. They trust him. They want him to be the guy. And look, this is all. Dillon Gabriel is collateral. I hope Dillon plays well. I do, man. I never want to wish bad things upon a quarterback. I hope he does well. It's a tough situation to be in. They were already booing him when he got drafted in the 3rd round before they even drafted Shedeur. So that put him in a worse situation. I know he hates it, but I guess to wrap it all up, yes, I think he could have just said the short answer, and who cares what the clicks and what the meteors say, but don't give him much more.
He can say that Saturday. That's a Saturday question.
After the game?
No,
or before the game?
No, Saturday question during media. You ask him that question, he's going to give you the political question or answer.
Yeah.
You ask him right after it happened.
Do you think
Now, that's just emotion. So
do you think he was responding to being the 3rd string, or do you think he was responding to Rex Ryan's comment?
He was responding to all of it. Okay. All of it is hitting him at the same time. He's young. He don't know how to deal with it. Your emotions are high right in that moment. So the best thing he did was that. But when he's talking about the quarterback play, he's only talking about one person. That is his competitor, Cam Ward, the one no one talks about, the number 1 pick,
I thought you were gonna say
the man who's making history about getting sacked. Like he's right now in history, 17 sacks in 4 games. That is history. 6 more, he got 6 more in 2, then he's officially first 6 games over 23 sacks. That's who he's really talking about. And he's saying, 4 games I can do that shit. I can get sacked goddamn 17 times, and you guys won't even say nothing about it.
Right.
He's the number 1 pick.
We have said plenty about
He's the number 1 pick, and nobody talks about
how bad he's playing.
bad. 0-4, he's playing bad. He's 51%. I can do that. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance to do that shit at least.
I'm happy, though, I will say, that he's not in that situation right now with Cam Ward. Because Cam Ward, if Tennessee doesn't figure it out, he's in a bad situation. So I am happy that Shedeur isn't in that situation, because they got a lot of work to do to turn around for him. So it's going to be tough.
You want to play, man. You just want to play. Put me at this point.
He feel like he'll do better than what Cam Ward do.
Put me in a situation to fail. Let me fail. Give me a shot to fail. Don't just tell me what I
want him to fail, though.
But that's how we are. Just give me a chance.
No, I agree.
To do it versus just saying I can't do it. But what you said is I've never heard that, but about the quarterback stuff. Where you would rather him be
second? Yeah. Third.
All right, okay.
No, that's good information.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I hear what you're saying from a quarterback perspective, but what pisses me off to you is Kevin Stefanski does not like Shedeur Sanders. He argued against taking him all the way. The owner overruled him and the GM in the 5th round. He had already taken Dillon Gabriel 50 slots higher than Shedeur finally went to Cleveland. 50. And in this case, it's the principle of Kevin Stefanski getting away with saying publicly, no, Joe Flacco's my 2nd quarterback now. Yeah. He's my backup quarterback, and the line from Stefanski was, but somebody said, well, what about Shedeur? My focus is on the game. My focus is on the game, because he keeps dodging questions about Shedeur because he hates that he's saddled with this cloud over him, that Shedeur, because he keeps getting asked about Shedeur. So what pissed me off was that he wouldn't just, come on, give him a little bit of credit and elevate him to 2nd. I understand your premise, but just publicly, the world wanted to hear that at least Shedeur moved up a slot by default, just by default, right? Well, seriously, no.
I think he
But
did
you gotta remember, the world don't know your.
No, the world do know that.
No, not from the quarterback.
Man, I know that. I know.
Because you playing.
You playing,
a lot of former players in the league.
You're talking about the media.
That's what I'm saying.
The media know that.
No, they don't.
The media ain't played.
The
media know damn well Dillon Gabriel got 4 games. You going to London, you facing a tough-ass defense. You got to go to Pittsburgh, they cracking right now. They done found themselves. You got to go to New England. That's a tough-ass defense.
Yeah, they're playing good.
You know what I'm saying? They playing good, too.
Yeah.
If Dillon Gabriel, the media know, if Dillon Gabriel go 0-4, hey, guess what we got, y'all? Shedeur next. They never going back to Flacco.
You can't.
The media know damn well they not. It don't matter who the 2.
Yeah.
They're not going back to Flacco. The media know that. Everybody know that.
Man, listen,
if Stefanski goes back to Flacco, he'll be gone.
They not going back to Flacco, bro. He know he can't go back to Flacco. He know right after Dillon Gabriel go 1-3, it's Shedeur time.
But
this right here.
So you think Dillon Gabriel's going to go 1-3? What do you think of Dillon Gabriel?
He going to struggle. He going to go 1-3.
This is a personal thing. If I don't, you got to think about the coach himself. I didn't want him.
But
you guys overruled me and got him here.
And the coaches, you damn near, even with the players, it don't matter what you want.
Yeah.
It's what upstairs want.
I know, and that's the problem.
That's true.
So
That's true.
upstairs,
It don't fucking matter what the fans
upstairs wanted him, and I didn't. So if he performs, I get fired because of him.
And if he don't perform, you get fired. Either way, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're fired anyway, Stefanski. If we don't go to the playoffs, if we don't compete in the AFC North, you're fired.
And so
it is what it is.
He's trying to save face for his decision. If my decision was, I don't want him, I don't think it's good, and you overrule me, right? And you be like, no, that's a good decision. Me personally, I don't want to put him out here for him to ball. Now you're right. Now I'm stupid.
So that's why they putting their guy in. They putting Stefanski's guy in right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the next 4 games. Dylan, let's see what you got. And we're going to see what he got.
And that's
what he
all
going to
I
have, Skip?
Yeah, Skip, what do you think of Dylan Gabriel?
I've told you, he's pretty good. He's better than Tua. He's
Damn.
5'11".
Okay.
And he played 64 games in college football. That's more than anybody's ever played, ever. That's over 6 years. That's a lot of football that he has played.
It is.
So he'll do the best he can do. He's just not as good as Shedeur. And I don't see how you got him winning a game. Which one, at New England? Or?
I got him the Dolphins. I think he played.
Oh, they got the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Okay.
the defense will win that game for
So-
him. He ain't
so
going
he
to
would-
It's going to be a Flacco type.
He would out Tua then in the Dolphins?
Hey, Tua better than Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't agree with you.
I do. I've watched Dylan Gabriel a
Tua
whole
really
lot.
not that bad.
No,
He
listen,
just
Dylan
frazzling
Gabriel.
shit.
You saw Dylan Gabriel in the preseason in those
But the
games.
preseason is like me playing my son on
Okay,
rookie.
but-
Like he
but
gonna make
listen,
some plays.
Dylan
Just 'cause
Gabriel-
we got it on rookie.
But you've talked about
we
Shedeur
put
in
this shit on all
preseason
ads.
going
I'ma blow
off.
your
Hey, what do you
ass
guys
out.
do on defense? It's cover 3, cover 1, cover 2. You're not
Man,
seeing
come on, bro. You
no-
don't do nothing in the preseason, bro. It's
Man,
guys, you skip. You'll be surprised what the shit that we do in the locker room on preseason. Like, bro, you scared. The preseason is not real football.
Man, that must have been nice, man. I was fighting for a rock.
Like, nah, I was scared.
Yeah,
I was in the
preseason
locker
for
room.
Super
We got
Bowl.
the energy and shit in the locker room. It's like it's not
Should we
real.
discredit Shedeur's first preseason game when
I
we
mean,
always?
it's not real. It's not real.
To him it is.
It's not real.
We
You
put him
couldn't
on a
take my
pedestal
preseason
like
away.
he balled out.
Shedeur ball too. It's not real football.
Why not?
It's probably
It's a better level than what I just came from.
It's probably the same as what you just came.
Okay, Cody, Dylan Gabriel, Tua, who's better?
Oh, I'm Tua right now. There's just not.
Okay.
I can't put Dylan Gabriel above Tua right now. I haven't seen it. I think.
What do you think
it's
he's
too
going to
difficult
do
make
in the
that
next 4
decision.
games if he gets 4 games?
What do you think? What?
He's going to do in the next 4 games.
Gabriel? I'll tell you. Okay, so what I think they're going to do offensively. This is what I think it's going to look like. I think we're going to see a lot of what we saw in college, but a little more simplified. Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees, who's their offensive coordinator, are going to simplify the game plan. They have to. He's a smart kid, has 63 starts, played 64. That is an all-time record. But when you're a rookie quarterback making your first start, you need to water it down as much as possible.
Yep.
Take the thinking out so I can play fast.
Yep.
We're going to see a lot of quick game, some slants, some hitches, get the ball out, even some swing passes. Like I was saying with A.J. Brown, get him a couple screens just to get get him some completions to get comfortable in the game. Then they're going to roll the pocket. I know it's the preseason, but they did it against the Rams. Let him roll to the left as a lefty, get outside the pocket. He can run a little bit too. He can use his legs. And I talked about this earlier. The other thing I think they're going to do is a lot of mirrored routes or pick a side type routes instead of going full field progression. That eliminates a lot of thinking and it emphasizes getting the ball out. What I mean by mirrored routes is that I'm going to have curl flats, right? I'm going to have slant flats. I'm going to have quick outs and sticks. I'm going to have smash where it's a hitch in a corner. Pick a side. If the safety rotates right, boom, 1 to 2 to back, run, throw away. If you get too high, cover 4, cover 1, you have pick a side, 1 to 2, back, throw away. Take all the thinking out. Run game, they're going to do a lot of protected runs to where if it keeps down tight or a safety comes down tight, we're going to have an extra tight end in, a receiver in, so that we can protect the runs. I can run it no matter what. Now, the thing, though, that I think that a lot of people are curious to see, and the biggest knock on him is how he's going to do with not having the strongest arm, is the best way I can put it. I don't think he has really an NFL-level arm.
Well,
and
that's what they said about Tua, right?
Yeah, but you can't live in that short game world. You've got to stretch the field. You've got to get vertical in this game. It's going to be tough against the Vikings. But what Gabriel does well, and again, I want to see Shedeur. I don't want to write off Gabriel right away. What he does well, though, is he understands his limitations. He knows that I don't have the strongest arm in the world, but I make up with it by anticipation and timing.
Exactly.
So if I'm Matt Stafford or who's Josh Allen, guys with a strong arm, and I'm throwing a 20-yard comeback, I'm dropping back and I'm releasing it at 2 seconds. If I'm Dylan Gabriel, speed up your footwork, get it out at 1.7 seconds. So it gets there at the same time, but you make up for the velocity. He does a great job of that because he pushed the ball down the field in college. It wasn't always the strongest arm, but yeah, overall, how he's going to do performance-wise, even with all of those things, I don't.
His arm is better than you're giving it credit for. I've watched him a lot. It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not.
And he can also move better than people think he can.
Absolutely. I said get him outside the pocket, let him run. I'm not saying he doesn't have.
They're gonna blitz on that.
I said he doesn't have the strongest.
They blitz the dog shit out of everybody.
They're the best blitzing
I
team.
know they're gonna blitz the shit out that. There ain't gonna be no rollouts.
Going back and watching Dylan Gabriel's film, there are multiple times where he's not consistent. You see the highlights of the post ball that's getting 50, 55. But there's a couple times when he has guy beat deep and it's underthrown.
Right,
or he
just like
throws
Tua.
Yeah, like you're gonna miss some of those. I don't love his arm strength. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a strong arm, he can't play in the NFL. I just don't think that's one of his strengths. I think that's more of a weakness.
Anticipation is one of his.
That's what he has to live in.
Like
he has to live in that world.
It's the same.
We're going to find out.
You got a celebrity in your house on a bad team is the worst thing for. I can see why they're trying to play it this way. They should actually give him a rule and say, you do not actually have to talk. We won't fine you for not talking to the media.
They should.
That's what the Browns should actually do, because at this
You don't want them to talk, tell them don't talk.
Yeah, you don't have to talk. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. We're not going to fine you. Because at the end of the day, it's this. As a coach, you have a bad team. You're not a good coach in a situation, right? The worst thing you want is a spotlight on you. Right? You don't want the spotlight sitting here while you're being who you are. Right? So the fact that this kid is on our team, we're in the media fucking every day. We're in the media every Sunday, every third. Before we wasn't. Now we are. Now I have to perform because we under the radar. We're under that scope so bad. So it's one of those things where it's after these 4 games, I still don't see him starting. I don't. Because if we go 0-4, he wins 1 game, I'm out. He made me look stupid.
But that's the thing.
Because now I got to make a game play where he don't succeed.
See,
me personally, I will be friending him.
I don't know how basketball works, but hey, the head coach, the players are right here, and the football head coach, he right here.
He that high?
Upstairs, they running this shit. Dylan Gabriel go 1-3. Come on, Dylan, come sit down. Next, hey, let's keep this ball rolling. Shedeur, is your time.
We got to wrap it up here. We talked Shedeur for a long time. So 80% of the chat thinks that it was cool what Shedeur said. They don't mind it. It was fine. So we're going to move on to some other drama right now. So after the big annoying tie game that was this weekend, Parsons called out Jerry Jones, said he never reached out after the trade with the Packers, and he said, couldn't tell me as a man. So, of course, Jerry Jones is going to have something to say. So he talked to the press and said that, let's see. He said, don't call. Parsons asked Jerry Jones not to call him anymore. He said, lose my number. So Jerry Jones said, I quit those calls. You asked me not to call you, I'm not going to call you. Skip, your reaction to Jerry Jones' quote on Micah.
Okay, I'm going to go to a different quote on Micah. Okay. The key quote on Micah came from Jerry about how we got to see Micah go head-to-head with the defense, with the offense that everybody thought would get destroyed by Micah Parsons. And Jerry said, we didn't see that happen. And he said, I felt very good about the trade after watching that game. Ooh. That's the quote that made me stand up and applaud Jerry for the first time in a long, long time, because I'm just going to say it again, and I'm asking all you guys for help here, because I have said for 2 long years, Micah Parsons is overhyped and overrated. I keep hearing from guys on this panel, from every show I ever turn on, that Micah is all-time great, that he's in the same category with Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White and Charles Haley and Ray Lewis and Derek Brooks, and I'm like, I can't find it. I can't see it. Those guys that I just mentioned were contagious for their defenses. Von Miller was contagious for your Denver defense, where when you put that guy in, he rubs off on everybody. He inspires the whole unit to play up. If you watch the Netflix doc, which Gil definitely watched, about the Cowboy dynasty of the 90s, the whole thing flipped on one trade that Jerry Jones made for Charles Haley, because the 49ers said, more trouble than worth. And Dallas stole him from San Francisco and wound up playing San Francisco at Candlestick in the game of the year, the NFC Championship game that year, and Charles Haley wrecked the game. Troy Aikman has said even lately, no way I have 3 Super Bowl rings without Charles Haley because he changed the way we played defense. Micah doesn't change the way anybody plays defense, and I can't find one game. I've watched every game he's played very closely now for 5 years, and I can't find one game against a good team on a big stage in a game of magnitude where I said, oh, he did that, or he did that, or he did that. I'm going to say it one more time. You guys get sick of me saying it, but he had 1 sack in 4 Dallas playoff games, and it came late against the 8 and 9 Buccaneers. The 8 and 9 Buccaneers featuring 45-year-old Tom Brady in a game Dallas was winning 31-14. The other 3 playoff games, he was a no-show in. I couldn't remember he even played. They were all 3 brutal losses for the Cowboys in the postseason. So Sunday night, Micah had a pretty quiet game except for 1 chase down sack. So now he has 2 sacks in 4 games, and this is it for Micah because he's on his best behavior, highly motivated to show the world Jerry did him wrong, and he should still be the highest paid Dallas Cowboy. You know, he's more valuable than Dak Prescott. And Jerry's saying, no, I favor Dak over Micah because Dak's indispensable, Micah not indispensable. And I agree, he's not indispensable because the chase down sack on Dak the other night was an ankle tackle at the line of scrimmage. I thought it shouldn't have been a sack. We could go on and on about that. But he now has the 2 sacks this year, and they're both chase downs over quarterbacks who have left the pocket and are almost back to the line of scrimmage, and he got Jared Goff, who I could outrun. He got him from behind with the chase down and tripped him up from behind. And I'm like,
fair.
Show me when he destroys the pocket and body bags the quarterback, because that doesn't happen with Micah Parsons. I saw a little bit of it when he was a rookie, but that's the last time that I saw it. And remember, on Sunday night, he's going against an offensive line in Dallas that is decimated. By the end of the game, in the 4th quarter and overtime, we've got a 7th-round draft pick in for Tyler Guyton at left tackle, and we started the game with undrafted at center, undrafted at right guard, and undrafted at right tackle. We are annihilated in the offensive line, and obviously we didn't have our best playmaker, CeeDee Lamb, for the game. And wait a second, Micah's defense gave up 40, albeit in overtime, but 37 in regulation. And I remind you, the last time that Micah Parsons faced Green Bay at Jerry World was a playoff game 2 years ago. Dallas was a 7-point favorite in that playoff game as the 2 seed against the 7 seed, and Green Bay scored 27 before halftime and 48 in the game. And I'm devastated by it because I'm like, where's Micah? He had goose eggs across the board stat-wise. Goose egg, just 0, 0, 0, 0. Well, that was a big game in which he ghosted us. And I'm saying to Aqib, you said before the game he was going to leave.
Oh, saying it to me.
Okay.
God damn.
Okay, well, think about this. You said he's going to leave like a bloody footprint on this game, like on Dak's chest, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, what, 3 or 4 sacks? And you said, well, no, maybe 2, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the world was saying 3 or 4 sacks for Micah Parsons. And I'm saying, time out. His career high in a single game is 2.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. And here are those 3 games. He did it 3 times for the Dallas Cowboys with 2.5. 2.5. The first one came in his rookie year in a game against the Denver Broncos at Jerry World. We were favored by 10 points in that game. We were down 30-0 with 4 minutes left, and Micah had 2.5 sacks on Teddy Bridgewater, who can't move, okay? The second time, now we skip a year. We go 2 years deeper into his career. Yeah. 2023, at Carolina against a rookie quarterback named Bryce Young, who's about that tall, right? He got him 2.5 times in that game, and we won 33-10. I'm not real impressed with that. And finally, last year, his last full year in Dallas, last game of the regular season was at Jerry World against the rival Washington, now Commanders. And what had happened? The Commanders had clinched. it's Marcus Mariota and a bunch of backups, and Micah got 2.5 sacks, and I wasn't impressed. So I need a game against Philly. I need a game against Kansas City or Baltimore or somebody. Show me one where Micah wrecked the game, because last year in games at home, I saw Micah's defense give up 35 to New Orleans before halftime. To New Orleans. At home, I saw Baltimore lead 28-6 going to the fourth quarter. At home, I saw Philly beat us 34-6 with Micah playing every snap. And then at Philly, I saw Philly 41-7 with Micah playing every snap. And I'm saying, how did he get put on this pedestal? Because he doesn't have contagious impact on a defense to turn it into that defense that's going to dominate that game at that moment. In his career, I need help here. I haven't seen it, and I didn't see it Sunday night.
Wait, you said that. You said it. Yeah. I need help here. You're blaming him for the rest of the team not being good at their job. So when you said he should wreck the game, how many times? Because you said a couple weeks ago that people used to run through his chest.
Yes. Well, that was why Jerry said he traded it.
Has that happened? Has that happened this year, or are they running away from him? Because now he has actual guys with him. So you're not even targeting him anymore. You're running away from him, which I think that's why they paid him, right? Because he's a chase down guy. And that wreck was he stopped Dallas from winning the game.
He did.
By sacking Dax.
That's why you
I know if Dax would have got that touchdown, Skip, you would have been here going crazy. Where was Michael Parsons at?
He couldn't catch Dak.
He couldn't catch Dak.
I'm faster than Dak.
He caught him and ruined the
But wait,
win.
he was going to get tackled by Edgerrin Cooper, who
We
was
don't know
about to
that.
blast him at the 2-yard line.
I don't know about that.
Want to bet?
He could have, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
What happened the first time when Dak went straight, it was the two guys coming. He just got skinny and he fell forward for 2 yards.
DBs, he got fat and
got-
blew right
I mean,
through.
so-
That's
So
what
he did what
And
he...
Cooper missed 4 tackles that game.
Now,
I've seen with my own eyes.
My question is this, right? It's you're using this one person to give up a whole bunch of air pass touchdowns and shit, 48 points, because I know 48 points didn't come going at this man the whole time. Okay, you traded him. My question as a viewer, did you get better defensively? Or are you on historic worst trajectory?
You're the worst defense in the league.
This is the worst defense in the league. There's about to be some historic shit. So clearly it shows
Gil,
that
we were historically bad with him last year, all year long.
No.
Last year, but that was just last year when everybody on the defense was hurt. So the year before last year, was they historically bad?
Nope.
Or
They
did they
gave up
legally?
48 in a playoff game.
But that's in the playoff
historically
game.
bad.
But what about the rest of the 17 games?
20,
Was they historically bad?
Yeah, it was
or
17.
did they lead the league in takeaways, or was top 3 in
They were
takeaways and top
takeaways.
3 in sacks?
Yep.
It was a solid defense. The year before that, Skip, was they a solid defense?
Yep.
They were solid. His rookie year, was they a solid defense?
Yep.
They were
Okay,
solid.
but
Skip,
were
don't
they
do that.
your Derrick Brooks Tampa
All right,
defense?
so,
Were they
I
Ray
guess
Lewis?
Derrick Brooks never gave up 48 points ever, right? Well, I played with him. He was a little long in the tooth,
Yeah.
but we gave up 300-yard rushing to the Panthers. Derek Debo was starting linebacker that game.
Okay, well, Mike is not long in the tooth.
All right, well, I'm just saying. So Bruce Smith or who else? Charles Haley never gave up 38 points when he played for the Cowboys? Never?
No.
one never scored
Through
30.
the dynasty year?
No one never scored 30 against the Cowboys?
Well, I can't remember.
They
one.
showed them get their ass beat on the documentary. The Cowboys got their ass beat. It was a little stretch. It was getting their ass whooped. Charles Haley was on that team.
They just edited that part out.
No, it was on the tape. I watched it.
You mean the late 96, 97?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on those teams, but
And
they
they
didn't
was
give
getting
up
their ass whooped,
48. Well, they lost at Carolina, but it was close.
But that's a team. That's a defense. My thing is this. You're acting like they got rid of him, they didn't pay him, and this defense is like in the middle. You're last. Like horribly last. Like not even close to 31st. Right? You're back there somewhere. So how are you standing on we're better without him? Because everything tells me if you add him in with the team right now, you guys will be talking about Dax as a MVP. The offense looks so great. The defense is that bad. If you put him on this team, if you paid him, and they're 30. They're 27.
Hey, they would have
You
another
guys will
win.
be saying Dax is the MVP because the defense will be just this much better.
Hey, Parsons, the Cowboys would have another win. They would have one more win if they had Parsons right now.
Y'all probably would have won the Philly game.
You talking about the energy?
You probably would have won the Philly game.
To the Pack for the first 2 weeks, we were saying the Packers was the best D in the league. Because that's the energy, the contagiousness that you're talking about. He brought that to the Packers.
Yeah.
Now they was like this. They kind of hitting this. They're gonna go up again. Skip, it's gonna happen.
How did they give up 40 to the Dallas Cowboys with Micah playing the whole game?
The Dallas
Dallas does have the number one offense.
I mean,
right
it's
now.
an offense, but that's what I'm saying.
Dax
Your
is playing
offense
great.
is brilliant right now. Dax is looking
Right,
brilliant.
they're the best offense in the league for real
Your
right now.
defense is bad. What I'm
Even
saying-
without some offensive alignment and without
Bro, they're the
Superman.
best offense in the league right
Yeah,
now.
no, Dak's playing high.
But
level.
back to Kenzie
so
Point.
Adam.
Hold on,
If you add him, you guys are better.
Back to Kenzie Point real quick. I'm with Jerry on that. Hey, you tell me that his exact words was take it. He told me to take my number off his dial.
That's a whole nother issue.
Off his
that's
dial.
Take my number off his dial. That's
Yeah,
all
well, I'm with
shit
you.
right there. I ain't never heard no shit like that. But if somebody tell me to take their number off their dial, you ain't
not
got to worry
calling
about
you.
league
No, I
calling
got
your ass
that.
no
No
more.
more. No more.
Jerry don't owe nobody shit. He is Jerry Jones. So if his agent, whoever, along that negotiation, then bridges got burned, you told me don't call you. Why the fuck would he call you and tell you anything?
Agreed.
So I'm with Jerry on that.
No, I am
Hey,
too.
come on now.
Cody, would
you
you
can't
call him?
expect a call.
Would you have
No,
respect
Jerry.
Micah
I
Parsons
mean,
called him?
no,
Because you're nicer than the league.
I thought it was wild. That's some stuff like you tell your ex-girlfriend in high school.
Take my number off
Take my
your
number off your
dial.
phone. Okay, bet. Like
But you also know in a toxic relationship, you still gonna call.
No,
See, that's the
I'm still gonna call.
No, you're out. I'm out. I'll say this though, from two sides. I think they both need to move on, but I get Jerry Jones' side because he is a businessman first. He understands. He wants to be in the headlines. He wants to be that clickbait. He wants everyone to tune in and see what he has to say about Micah Parsons. I mean, it should have been dead and gone as soon as the trade happened. They should have moved on. I understand too that Micah wants to at least get his side of the story out and say, hey, look, they didn't tell me anything. I wanted to be a Cowboy. I still care about that fan base. They did me wrong, right? So it's kind of a he said, she said type situation. The other thing that made me laugh was Jerry Jones, before he said that quote, literally he said, I don't want to respond to this, took a deep breath, and then proceeded to immediately respond to it.
Of course.
And say all that. Because again, he's the business side of things. I want the clicks. But yeah, if I'm Micah Parsons, man, I'm done with that shit. I'm not worried about it.
And I think it's
We
good.
look great. What?
I think it's good though for the Cowboys, man. You kind of established that rivalry. Now you got a rivalry with Green Bay.
Yeah.
We fucking can't handle Green Bay. Not every time we play them, we got that extra juice
Yeah.
to, at least we tied this time. We've been getting our ass whooped, right, Skip?
Yeah.
We getting our ass whooped by Green Bay. At least we tied this time. You know what I'm saying? We might see him again later on.
This was a win.
It's a win, bro.
Yeah, no,
We're
it
good.
was. Yeah.
If-
We got some extra juice. We got a new rivalry in Green Bay. It's going to be cranked up every time the Cowboys play the
But
Packers.
Micah has to drop that, though. He can't think about that going forward now. You guys were 2-0, best defense in the league. Didn't struggle. It wasn't the defense that struggled against Cleveland, but then you give up a lot of points to the Cowboys. I'm done with that. I'm out of Jerry's world. I'm done with that. We got to go get a win this week.
Like,
Yeah,
you can't linger on this
everyone
topic.
who was in it, they can say they won the trade. Jerry can say he won because we didn't lose. Micah can say, yeah, I won. Look, I sacked him. He didn't score.
Right.
I end up saving the game. So everybody gets to leave happy, right? Even if Jerry lost by 7 or 3. To him, he won, right? He won because everybody thought they was going to get smashed, right? So Jerry is going to spin it, no matter how he was going to spin it, as a victory. But the fact that they tied the game, this might help them later on because it's not an actual loss.
Yeah.
It's a tie, so the percentage is a little bit better.
It might
For
hurt
both sides. It could, but was it 1 and 2? What was it 1 and 2? 1, 2, and 1?
2,
Who, the
1.
Cowboys?
That's better than 1 and 3. That
2 and
percentage
1.
looks a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you've been really, really hard
But
on
it's
the
not
Cowboys.
because of that defense. It's because of
Huh?
Dak Prescott right now.
If you,
No,
end
that-
up- if you tied with somebody as far as losses at the end to make the playoffs, they're going to look at them wins. You're going to have one less
I got
win.
half a win.
Yeah.
So they're going to go.
Yeah,
They're
they're
going to
gonna
go
go.
instead of
1-5.
you. You know what I'm saying?
But if we're going off a percentage, that half a win saves me.
Yeah, but they also could be 0-3-1 right now, but Dak saved their ass against the Giants.
Yeah.
Like that's the
That's
thing
what I said.
too.
Dak's
It's not the
doing his
defense.
thing.
You can't sit there and say, I won the trade. My defense is playing great. No,
think-
Dak
if-
Prescott is playing
If you're Jerry,
Brandon Aubrey saved him against the Giants.
Yeah, but Dak had to get him in the
exactly.
field. Dak had to get him in the range there
He did.
on that sit route to Ferguson over
if
the
you're,
middle.
if you're Jerry right now, you are sitting there thinking, damn, if I would have paid him, like, we will be.
If I'm Jerry right
We
now,
will
I wish
be-
somebody would tell me to take their number off my dial.
Now we'll be winning. Like we could be in a different situation, adding him with our defense because our offense is balling, it's dialed in. It's A. I got an A and an F.
Yeah.
A D makes me better. A D gives me hope. If
No.
we get the C,
No.
that is an MVP
Yeah.
right there.
I played with Von
Think
Miller,
about it.
Skip.
That
Gave
is
up
an
50 before.
MVP.
If you paid him, you'd pay him the most money anybody in football makes who's not a
cares?
quarterback.
And then you're
What does that got to
strapped.
do with anything?
Ridiculous.
Like,
Strapped.
You are screwed if you pay him.
You gotta spend this money anyway.
I remember this. I remember this is how we lost. What Jerry did is how we lost Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes was up. He was asking for money. And they made a decision not to pay him because of my contract, and said we didn't want to pay him more than Gil because we thought it was going to offend Gil. Well, when I got paid, this is what I was, right? When I get paid again, obviously I'm gonna make more than Larry.
Right.
What Larry is gonna make more than me right now. Cool, what does that have to do with me?
Nothing.
So Michael Parsons being the highest paid on the team has nothing to do with Dax.
Well, there is a cap, and now you can't add other players on defense that they will add. Just watch. Just.
Oh, they will. I'm sure
Yeah.
they will.
They should.
I know they're gonna go to
Skip.
work.
The problem is when you add people, those are question marks. You know what
Yeah.
you have in Micah Parsons. I
I can build off of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, Skip, how much trust do you have in the Cowboys versus the Jets this weekend?
Man, it's dwindling quickly.
Dwindling.
This is
We know, look at your face.
This is do or die for the Cowboys, and it's starting to feel not meant to be for me because now Tyler Smith just had an MRI on his knee and is probably almost certainly out. Are you kidding? Cavante Turpin is suddenly out with some foot injury.
didn't practice. Yeah.
He's got Tyreek speed. He was just figuring out how to get the ball somewhere in the offensive scheme. They were actually getting him the ball in space, and it was starting to really percolate for me, and he's gone. So now we're starting somebody named Nate Thomas at left tackle because Tyler Guyton's still in concussion
He
protocol.
played last game though. Played solid.
Okay, Tyler Guyton had a concussion in the last game.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
Nate came in and played last game,
Nate,
and he played solid.
Okay, I don't even know who he is, 7th rounder, but apparently he did because I didn't hear anything. And I don't know if he blocked Micah, but he probably did a few.
He blocked him with a partner.
Yeah, with his
with
little help.
another person.
With another
They
partner.
jumped up like every other team
You know how
do.
that shit go.
All right, so once again, we're starting undrafted at center, undrafted right guard, undrafted right tackle. Man, it's just hard. And you don't have CD, obviously, against the Jets, who I look at their games, that they could have won 3 out of 4. I know they lost all 4 of them, but every game went to the wire. The one at the Steelers went to the wire. The one at Tampa went to the wire. The one against the Dolphins the other night went to the wire. And Justin Fields is playing better than I thought because we beat Justin Fields last year in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night, and it went to the wire, and we barely pulled it out on a last-second touchdown pass from Dak to Tolbert.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields is horrible in the game because he's not an accurate thrower, but he's starting to figure it out. He looked better, and we know he can run. To me, he's even better than Lamar running the football because if he gets loose, he's like a running back. He just scores. He had one long run last week.
What you saying?
So I don't love it. I'm going to pick this straight heart because my head is screaming they're in trouble this week, coming off a big emotional win. But I will say this: I think
What you saying, Skip?
No, you said a big emotional win.
You
Okay,
scared me.
that's
You
crazy.
scared- It's a big emotional tie. but-
No, it was a
Big emotional tie.
It was a win for them, but they got Micah behind them, and I think it'll clear their mental
I
depth
told you
in
to
this
count it as a
game.
win.
So, well, it was a win. I said right here in the seat
Yeah,
on Monday
yeah.
morning.
But that's
it
why I
was a
think
win.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you're counting a tie as a win and
No.
celebrating that, you're
Well,
in trouble.
come on.
But
What you
should-
say? Hold on. What you saying, Skip?
Yeah,
What
what
they
you
gonna
saying?
Yeah, what's the score? What's the prediction?
Okay, my head says we're going to lose this game, but my heart says we're going to pull it out in the end, and I don't know how because without weapons and with no offensive line, I've got Dak can get to 30, but he can't get to 40. I'll say 30-28 Cowboys.
Thank you.
But I don't
Okay.
love
Thank
it.
you.
Can
Thank
you
you.
check? Can you check? Is that Diet Mountain Dew? Somebody switched
Yeah.
to regular.
Hey,
They gave him the real
I think
sugar.
he's sick.
You.
That was like that was it. Did you
I'm
sure
with
that's a
you,
diet?
He's sick.
I'm with you, Skip. I think the Cowboys go get it done. You know what I'm saying?
How?
Because let me tell you why. The Jets can't throw the ball. That's the Cowboys' problem. And the Jets is the middle of the pack against the pass, and that's the Cowboys' strength.
Yeah.
So that right there, I think they're gonna get it done in that way right there. They both run the ball pretty good. feel like they even out at the run. That's going to be pretty solid. I think it's just a good matchup for the Cowboys because Justin Fields can run the ball, but he ain't really the best throwing the ball.
No.
That's how you going to beat the Cowboys. If you could throw the ball, if you got that kind of pass game, you could get the ball, push the ball downfield, that's how you beat the Cowboys, like Green Bay did. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can throw the ball, you can beat them. The Jets don't really do
So
that.
if we have 5 backup offensive linemen,
But we had 5 backup offensive linemen last week, and Dak did a good
4.
job.
We still had Tyler Smith, who's the best left guard in football.
But Dak did a good job keeping them guys engaged in the game.
Yeah.
And, man, they got it done last week. If you can't fucking beat the Dolphins, I think, hey, they can get it done against the Jets.
I got
The
it.
Jets can't beat the Dolphins. So I think they can get it done against the Jets. Maybe
All right.
not against a different team, but against the Jets, they can get it done and shit. Dak liked to play in New York, man. Shit, he won his last 4 games in New York.
Well, it's
Won the
always
Jets.
against the Giants.
Hey, it wasn't the Jets. It was the Giants, but hey, it's still the same atmosphere, same spot. Man, he liked to play in New York, man. He hot out there, man. So
All right, good. Love it.
I think they go get it done. I like them 28-20.
Okay.
20 to 20. You're actually riding with your Cowboys once. Okay.
Yeah, trust is a strong word
Yeah, it is.
when you're talking about the Cowboys, but I'm with them. I'm going to give them the win in this one. I think they get it done. And I do think, though, it's going to be a close game. Like you mentioned, the Jets can run the football. They're 3rd right now in the NFL in rushing offense. They did just lose Braylon Allen, though, so that's a big factor. They don't have that 1-2 punch.
Well, he lost the ball at the goal line, right?
Yeah, but he got. But anyways, he's still out of the backfield, a good player. But then and they saw Breece Hall, though, too. Get the ball to him.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is great at running the football.
He is.
I think they get their passing game back on track, though, this week. I don't know if that's a plus for the Cowboys. I think the fact that they struggled, and we saw against Caleb and some of these other teams that we had questions about them throwing the football, they had some success against the Cowboys. I think the Jets will tap into that a little bit, and we'll see Justin Fields find Garrett Wilson and push the ball down the field a little bit.
You know
find
he
some
will.
of these weapons.
Yeah.
But what I think the difference is going to be is even without his offensive line with the injuries, even without Turpin if he's not in this game, even without CeeDee Lamb, I still think Dak is playing at such a high level that he's going to find a way to get it done. I mean, he keeps getting put in bad situations that get worse because of that defense, and he is bailing them out right now. He's finding a way to win. He's playing at an MVP level. Could be a little better with protecting the football this season. Like to see him clean up some of that. But overall, if he can keep playing this way and looking at this schedule, I said they have the Jets, Panthers, Commanders, Broncos, Cardinals, Raiders. They have to, at minimum, if they want to stay alive in the playoffs, win 4 of the next 6, maybe 5. Maybe they can get 5. The Jets is not a game they can afford to lose. They have to win.
We got 3 for the Cowboys right now.
Before you go give Diggs, he done asked for more man coverage. Him and Bland is a week closer to being healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as a defense, they went and asked to get out of all this damn zone. Let us do what we do. Let us play a little bit more man. So I think they play a little bit more man this week. They're a little more healthy this week.
Yeah.
I think it look a little bit better for the Cowboys secondary.
As a defense, though, if you play more man, you don't worry about Justin Fields. You still spy him. If you're playing man, you're not worried about him.
Yeah, they
taking off
got
and
to
running
do. They
this
got to
week?
do their job. They got to have a rush plan.
Yeah, I got you.
And they got to have a rush plan for him. You got to blitz him a certain way. You play man, we could bring more pressure.
Yeah.
We can actually spy a guy and have him, green dog rush late. You know what I'm saying? But they out of their element playing all that zone coverage, sitting back doing that. That's not what they do. So I think they'll be a little more in their element this week, and I think it's a little better for the Cowboys secondary, especially going against a team who can't fucking throw the ball.
Gil loves to hate the Cowboys, so I want to hear this. What does Gil got?
I thought it was going to be quick with Skip. I thought it was just going to be like 37-10. He's been so delusional with the Cowboys. I thought he was going to give them some credit. Usually in history, 2 bad teams always have a good game because they both suck. So, you
both suck.
You know, when you have 2 sorry teams.
You saying the Cowboys suck?
Usually it's
Somebody
a good game.
gotta look good,
Yeah,
right?
It's going to be a good game, right? They can't throw, but they're going to be able to throw. Listen, I didn't even know we was going to be discussing trash-ass teams like this, but you know what I mean? Like there's a better game, you know what I mean, tonight, right? There's a 3-1 versus 3-1.
We're on to that
I didn't know that we talk about 0-4 versus 1-2-1, but I'm gonna take the team that got the 1 win, so I'm gonna say 34.
Wow.
34. Like, you know what? I might be delusional. I'm gonna say this might be one of those epic type of games.
Take the Jets,
Right.
so the whole panel won't take the Cowboys.
Like I do have how many games I got them winning? 3?
The Cowboys?
3 this year?
I think you said 3.
You went up to 4, I think, last
I did.
time. You started at 1.
Because I seen the Jets.
It went 3.
I seen the Jets. I seen the Jets on the schedule.
You also had the Bears as one of the wins.
Yes, you know what I mean? So I had the Bears
So they
one
got to
and
replace
the
that
Jets.
cancels out.
Pick the Jets. Go on, pick the Jets.
All right,
So
but-
we don't want to all pick the Cowboys. Just go and pick the Jets for me and Skip's sake.
Like, I try to be reasonable. You know what I mean? I don't want to pick the team that got 0 wins, man. I'm not one of those guys. I'm just not one of those that just go against the grain. I want the easy win here.
Easy, pick the Jets.
So
Yeah.
I'm
You're not putting that
I'm
on
going
me.
with the Cowboys because they supposed to
Damn.
win. Right?
Okay.
You just had 40 against a team that was supposed to win.
Yeah.
That's supposed to win a Super Bowl. So if you're talking about having a tough game against the Jets, then something's wrong with y'all. I'm gonna just be honest. That's gonna be embarrassing in itself. Right? So hopefully y'all win 35-14, 35-21.
You think it's going to be that,
That
big
will
of
not
I
happen.
will hope so.
No.
No.
Well,
But no, it's supposed to. But usually bad teams.
But it's the
play
league,
great.
though, man. It's
but
the
bad
league.
teams
Yeah.
play
Honestly,
very
yeah, you
well.
never
So I think
know.
it's going to be like a
It's the
6
NFL.
3-point game. It's a
You-
6
you never know. Honestly.
Probably might be the best game of the weekend.
yeah, I'm not a pussy, so I'll go with the Jets.
There you go.
Yeah, I got
Thank
this.
you.
Okay, so now we got a game tonight. I'm going to be there. I'm so excited. We have Thursday night football. We've got my team versus Gil's team.
When did you become a San Francisco?
I've always been my whole life.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Central California.
bad.
Anywho, well, we got the crumbs of the Niners. Brock Purdy is out. John Jennings, Pierce Hall, Nick Bosa, Kittle, IU.
Out.
The list continues. Out. So I would love your predictions before we wrap up the show.
Wait.
Crumbs of the Niners versus the Rams.
So Purdy's out. So we're what, 2? We're 8-2 versus them. We've won the last 3.
Mac Jones isn't looking bad. Give us some hope.
I know, saying like, the fact that these two coaches, they was in Washington together, right? So they got their little schemes going together. Like, I like San Francisco. I like the offense. It's like an NBA offense where everyone plays any position. So you don't know what the hell they're
Same
gonna
as
do.
the Rams.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's the
offense.
same. They friends, so you know what they're doing, right? So obviously you usually they play the 21 offense to the point where you have to play traditional base defense where they know each other's schemes, and we've won the last 3. So it's going to be 35-13. Wait, you said Purdy's not playing?
Purdy's not
Not.
playing. He's out.
Purdy out.
23-7.
23-7. Aqib.
It's an ass whooping.
Wait.
Who are you picking? You're picking
picking the Rams.
Oh,
He's
you
picking
know
the
what he's
Rams.
picking.
But you went from 35 and then you said Purdy's not playing, so you made it
Because
less.
that means they're gonna try to run a little
gonna run
bit
the
more.
clock out.
They're gonna
Okay,
run the clock out.
Hey,
You know what I mean? It's gonna be-
all right,
You
all
feel
right,
me?
Gil.
See, you see how I did that?
all right,
Purdy's not playing, so they're gonna run a lot
playbook
more.
They're
a
going to
bit.
be safe.
I'm like, wait a minute. How does that work?
Gil.
Yeah. Okay, so at least
Okay,
you
I
got
got
it.
you now. I got
They're gonna run.
The NFC West game, them always dog fights. You know what I'm saying? There ain't going to be no 35s involved in these. It's going to be a nice 17 to 10. 17-10
Really?
low-scoring dog fight. Just because they know each other so
Yeah.
good.
And
they done stole
say
each other's
17-10.
signs so
Who are
much.
you picking to
they
win?
know exactly what to do. You know what I'm saying? Offense and defense. It's going to be
He's assuming.
a nice low-scoring game, but the Rams will pull it out. Too many Band-Aids on the Niners team right now.
Well.
The Rams playing good.
Yeah,
They'll find a way to
that's
score
fair.
that last touchdown. It'll be 10-10. They'll find a way to score that last touchdown at the end, get a stop on defense. 17-10 Rams.
Yeah, no, I think I agree the Rams are going to win. I don't think it's going to be that close. I mean, the 49ers right now, I just don't see a way they overcome all these injuries.
So fair.
The Rams, too, on both sides of the football, are playing as good as anyone in the NFL. I think they're going to keep that up. I have the Rams winning 27-17.
27.
I got 37-10 Rams. And I got Puka's going to catch 12 balls for 140. Matt and Puka are on fire together. He is. I would love to see you guard him for a game.
I strapped the shit out of Puka.
You would? I would just love to see it because
hell?
he is physical.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I know. That's what it'd be strength to strength.
I strap Puka. He
I'd pay
don't
for
present
that. I
the
was like,
challenges that the guys who give me trouble, he don't present those. You know? I like to
Quickness.
play against the physical, slower receivers like Dez and those kind of guys. They don't give me no trouble. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you just call Puka slow, right?
I mean, slower.
Oh,
He's not a speed guy. You know what I'm saying? He got what he do well, but speed is not one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them guys like that, I usually come out, fairly well against those guys.
I would pay to watch it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, the entire arena agreed about the Cowboys and the Rams tonight. I must be sick.
Yeah, you're going to be sick.
You got the Niners.
You got the Niners.
I know. I'm going to support them, but I'm not an idiot. It's going to be a tough game to watch, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be screaming for the
There you
Niners,
go.
but I do have the Rams, and, I'm just going to look at my fantasy team with Puka and just take my little wins and just be sad for the Niners, okay?
Niners going to win.
I'm having
The Rams are gonna
a
win.
watch party tonight by myself. Got my
Everybody's
Rams
invited.
helmet in my chair, I'm out there.
Outside?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
outside,
yeah,
I got my
yeah.
chair, got my helmets, right? I put my pads on like I'm
my
really a player.
God.
Feel that.
I'm really a player.
All right, everybody go to Gil's house so he's not watching alone. But thank you guys so much for watching the Arena Gridiron. We're going to see you back on Monday after a crazy weekend of football at 11:30 a.m., 2:30 EST. So we will see you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. Woo, woo.